The following is a presentation of the Ad Astra Sports Network, the statewide leader in local sports coverage. Coming up, Aaron West and Chris Shank bring you coverage of Buhler Crusader football on 95.9 HKFM. Crusader football is streaming online at adastraradio.com and on the The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM.
Allen Samuels, Chrysler Dodge. And as Mr. Samuels always says,
come by, let's be friends.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome into our Friday night coverage of Crusader football. Senior night here on this final night of the regular season as the Crusaders get set to welcome the McPherson Bullpups for a league title tonight here to Crusader Stadium. Hi, and welcome inside our Midway Motors drive to the game. Aaron West alongside Chris Shank, Matt Atherton for the broadcast tonight. Peter coming in with a record of 5-2 and 4-0 undefeated in league play. They can win the league title outright tonight with a win over their rivals. There is a scenario where it could finish also as a three-way tie with a McPherson win and with a Mulvane win over Winfield. Last week, the Crusaders struggled to get the ball moving in the first half, but then they really got it turning in the second half in a win at Winfield as they won 21-7, all 21 points in the second half, 320 yards of total offense. They averaged 5.2 per play and racked up 231 yards on the ground. 190 of that came from Mitchell McDaniel on a career high, finished with 190 yards, 27 carries. And boy, that version of Mitchell McDaniel, Matthew, is just what the doctor ordered in the second half there at Winfield last week.
Yeah, really tough sledding in that first half. Mitchell came in, did a really good job being able to break arm tackles. I think really, I remember last year watching Mitchell as a junior early on. Thought he did a little, I don't know, maybe a little too much dancing in the backfield. He was not doing that last night. Just go, put his foot in the ground and go. And he was so impressive, and it absolutely was what the Buhler offense needed.
You know, I really enjoyed it in that second half. It was a nothing tie at halftime, and then Buhler came out with some adjustments. They went to that too tight look, made some adjustments on the offensive line, and just between the tackles, play after play. And there can't be anything more frustrating to a defense than we know what you're going to do, and yet we cannot stop it. That was fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Buhler is not a fancy offense, right? They lined up in the power I with double tights, and it was just, here we come. Go ahead and try to stop it. They did such a good job. They spent halftime in talking with some of the coaches, really kind of tweaking some things they were doing on the offensive line to make sure that they were picking up. If you'll remember, Winfield was bringing blitzers almost every play, but from a different spot, but making sure that communication was right. Once they were able to get that communication cleaned up, it sure paid dividends in the second half.
Brendan Skripsik finished the game 7 of 17, 89 yards and 2 touchdowns. I thought he looked a lot more comfortable in the second half after missing a week, and he's kind of developed into that guy that I don't know that you're really going to ask him to go win you a game, but it's if he can get that short passing game going and just not make a ton of mistakes as a senior, it's really what you need out of him.
Yeah, you know, he does a couple of things really well, and as he settled into the game, it showed up. They were able to get those dig routes, those cross routes, those crossing routes were good. They were able to get those open. The other thing that I thought was good, he threw a couple of really nice fade routes, and really those are easier throws because you're not looking necessarily. It's usually you're looking for the single coverage before the ball's ever snapped. It's just a 3-step drop and let it go. And I think that he can have some success doing that, picking off the edges, especially if it's not a situation where he's got to contend with the guys over the middle, the safety over the middle. As long as they can do that, I think it leaves him in a pretty good shape.
Defense held Winfield to 127 yards, 2.5 yards of play, just 35 on the ground. They're now at 10 interceptions. They had a pick in the game, and at +8 defensively in that turnover category of the year. But I know we talk a lot about some of the numbers this defense is putting up, but you just put it in historical perspective. Through 7 games, they've allowed 186 yards rushing. That's just under 27 a game. The school record defensively, in case you were wondering, is 307. That came in 8 games in 1960. So what this defense is doing, it's not been done, and just impressive how they've been able to shut down the run.
It's so impressive. We've talked about it and talked about it and talked about it, and we keep on talking about it because every game you kind of think, oh, they can't keep doing that, and then they do. That front 7 is just really problematic for anybody trying to run the ball. And Aaron, it's not for lack of teams that are good running teams to play against. We talked about it. Mulvane, the very first game of the season, Mulvane has been running all over teams. They couldn't run on this front 7. Winfield has had some really good rushing nights. They couldn't run on these guys. These guys operate as one. They're disciplined. They're gap sound. They're quick off the ball. They don't make mistakes.
And the pressure they get on the quarterback has been a big benefit, too. I think that'll be important tonight to disrupt McPherson's timing in the passing game. And we don't blitz a ton out of the upper level with the linebackers. A lot of it's just our front 4 able to get past those guys up front and get to the quarterback.
Yeah, it's interesting because 3 of those guys, if you looked out there, you could mistake any one of them if they were between Cash and Chase and holy moly.
You're thinking Cruz and Jax.
That's it, yep. Those guys, if they switched jerseys, you wouldn't even know. Jax is a little taller. It's the only way you know them apart. But those guys have they do such a good job keeping their feet underneath them. And Jax has been fantastic on the edge all year long. He's been fantastic, able to get pressure on the quarterback. And when you can do that with a sophomore, you just look at what the next couple of years looks like, and the Buhler coaching staff has got to be so excited.
Well, a big win last week. Great way to come back in the second half to improve to 5-2, and they'll need every bit of good mojo they can get tonight. Certainly it'll be a game where mistakes will be magnified as they face a rival they've only beaten once in the last 10 meetings in McPherson. We'll break down the Bullpups, talk about the matchup when we come back here on our Midway Motors Drive to Game. Coverage of Crusader football tonight brought to you in part by Daylight Donuts, by Johnson Sheet Metal, Newfelt's Flooring, by Inman Funeral Home, and by Adet Insurance. Back with more right after this on HKFM.
More of the Midway Motors Drive to the Game coming up. Midway Motors in McPherson, Newton, Hutchinson, and Hillsboro. Next, we'll relive this day in Crusader history. The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM.
Have a smile you want. Come and see us today. Dr. J. Stuckey, Hutchinson Family Dental.
Hi, I'm Dr. J. Come see me today at Hutchinson Family Dental.
Are you building a house?
A swimming pool?
Are your lights flickering?
Call Schmidt Electric.
That's Schmidt Electric. 620-960-6755. Schmidt Electric will take care of all your electrical needs.
Got Spock?
Hi, this is James with IdeaTech. We love bringing internet freedom to the residents and businesses of Buhler. IdeaTech is a proud supporter and the preferred internet provider of the Buhler Crusaders. As the Crusaders know, speed wins. We back up our lightning-fast internet with a customer-first philosophy. That means you will talk to a live person from our office in Buhler when you call in. If you're not already a customer, go to ideatech.com and click on Check Availability. Or you can call us at 620-543-5000 to inquire more about our services.
Quality health care is a right that should be afforded to all Kansans. Hi, I'm Lynette Krieger-Zook, and I'm running for House District 104 to expand Medicaid in Kansas to improve health care options and keep our rural hospitals open.
Paid for by Lynette for Kansas, Samantha Neal, Treasurer.
Hey, guys. How's practice going?
Papa, I can't hit the ball over the fence yet.
Well, Easton, that fence is 300 feet away, and you're only 4 years old.
Papa, how long before we can hit the ball over the fence?
Boys, it's not always about home runs. It's about teamwork and always getting better. Ray Riffing's been around for 83 years, and we still believe in teamwork and working hard.
So, Papa, it's going to take 83 more years until we're good?
No, Brogan. You'll be good long before that. Just keep working hard. Most of all, have fun.
Let's go hit some baseballs and get some ice cream.
Okay, boys, let's go.
Riff the right way, the Ray way.
Crusader football on HKFM.
And back on our Midway Motors drive to the game time for our This Day in Crusader History. We'll take you back to October the 25th of 2012, a 48-20 win at home against Nickerson. Riley Allen rushed for 6 touchdowns in that game. Allen finished that season with just shy of 2,300 yards rushing and 32 touchdowns. Buhler is 7-5-2 all time, Matthew, on October the 25th. And would you believe 2 ties against the same team? They tied twice with Burton in 1940 and again in 1946. I don't think there should be ties in football. I just, really in sports at all.
It's like kissing your sister.
Yeah, it's like, why did we play?
Yep.
24 meetings in this series with McPherson all time, and McPherson leads the series 14-10, including 11 of 15 since 2006. The series dates back to 1981. Buhler's last win came in 2021. They have since lost 3 in a row, including 2 last year. And they have not had a winning streak in the series since 2015-2016. I think 2 very different meetings, Matthew, last year. That shootout at Riverfront in Wichita, which Jeffrey Neal broke the school record for passing yards. It was back and forth and came down to a blocked field goal late in the fourth quarter. And then Buhler really just could not get in the end zone in the playoff loss here. Jeff Neal had 5 INTs in that game. And, well, it shows you how good our defense was on that night. They still, despite those 5 picks, gave us a chance to win. But I'll tell you what, we've got to get that running game gemmed up tonight and control this game on the ground, I think.
Well, I mean, that is the hallmark of Crusader football, right? Coach Warner wants to get those guys operating early and often, get those guards pulling. If Buhler is good using the trap block, that typically means good things for the team. And so watched McPherson down in pregame practicing against that specifically. They know what's coming. Everybody knows what's coming. It's just who can execute the best. If Buhler can run the ball effectively, looks like a pretty good evening here in Crusader Stadium.
Tonight's game plan brought to you by Erickson Custom Building. For new construction and remodeling, Erickson Custom Building online at ericksoncustombldg.com. The Pups come in at 4-3, 3-1 in the league through 7 games. Their losses at Chanute and at home on senior night, 35-21 against Mulvane. They went 7-4 a year ago and lost in the 4A quarterfinals at Andover Central. And what a run this team has been on all the way back to 2016 under head coach Jace Pavlovich. 8 seasons with 7 wins or more, and in those 8 seasons, 5 trips to the state semifinals. And so they've been a very, very good football team that has established a winning tradition. Christopher, going to have to be the team that makes, I don't know why, it comes down to, in games like this, the team that makes the fewest mistakes.
Yeah, there's going to be butterflies for both these squads. Even if these two teams were 0-7 coming into tonight's game, it'd be an absolute dogfight because you got two schools that are so close to each other. These guys compete against each other in so many different sports at so many different levels. So, yeah, it's one of those games that, irregardless of how the records are coming into tonight, you know that you're going to get both barrels from both these squads versus each other.
They've been 40-60 on the year run versus the pass. Carter Allen is their senior quarterback. He's completed 57% of his passes. But, Matt, we talked about it. This would seem to cautiously, optimistically fall into Buhler's wheelhouse. Allen has been susceptible to pressure this year. The line has had a little bit of a difficult time blocking for him. Boy, if that's true, at least on paper, it looks good for our defense.
Yeah, it's really going to be interesting to see, I think. What does McPherson do against Buhler's front four? Buhler's front four is so unique amongst high school defensive lines because they're not a bunch of big, slow guys. They're little, quick guys. Now, they pack a punch, but they're little, quick guys. And so it's really hard in practice to replicate that this week. So with their scout team, I think their scout teams are always going to have a hard time replicating what Buhler's able to do. I think because of that pressure coming, if Buhler can force him to throw the ball early, and we know McPherson's going to sling it around the field, that's what they always do. If we can force them to throw the ball early, that gives our secondary a real chance to go make some plays on the ball.
Get their running back tonight. Carlos German, the senior, lost him in the Winfield game. Not sure how much he'll run, but he is suited up tonight. He averaged 5.5 yards a carry before he got hurt. Catch Delaney and Brock Richardson have factored in since his absence, but they only average about 113 yards a game. That's not a ton for a high school football team. So hopefully, again, our defense can do what they've done all year and stop that run up front, and then it comes down to, can we get pressure on the quarterback? They've got a really speedy wideout on the outside, just a sophomore in Ashton Malm, who is a real burner. 32 catches, averages over 15 yards a catch on the season. So important to disrupt the timing with him.
Yeah, Buhler's dealt with some pretty big-name receivers. You know, you think about Premer from Great Bend. He had the 5 catches for 5 touchdowns against us. That was weeks ago in the season. But, that's one of those learning experiences that when you're dealing with a talented receiver, matching him with physicality is something that I really do think the Buhler secondary, irregardless of who we have out there at the cornerback spot, we've got corners that aren't afraid to mix it up, be aggressive, kind of try to knock him off the route, because the longer you can slow down that receiver and his route, the more time it gives our front four to capitalize on their strength. And I really think that that's going to be a huge thing tonight is, can we get to Carter Allen before he can get the ball out?
And Chris, with our guys, it's not like you've got to stop that timing for 2 or 3 seconds. 1 second, a half a second may be enough.
Absolutely. They run a 4-2-5 on defense. Really got gassed in that Mulvane loss. Mulvane ran the ball for 417 yards, and I feel like our offensive line this year is every bit as good as Mulvane's. We've proven that we can run between the tackles. Mulvane's a team that brings some pressure from their linebackers and from their defensive ends. Boy, really, for me, between the tackles, if I can run the ball there, that's where I want to live.
Yeah, and that drive that Buhler had to open the third quarter last week, with the exception of pretty much the touchdown pass to cap it off, almost every one of those runs was in between the tackles. It was directly into the teeth of the Winfield defense. And when Buhler really buckled down and lined it up and ran it right at Winfield, things went well last week.
Big game coming up, the 25th in the series. The Crusaders and the Bullpups will have more of our pregame on the way. We'll sit down with head coach Steve Warner. When we come back, our Midway Motors drive to the game on HKFM.
More of the Midway Motors drive to the game coming up. Stay tuned for tonight's kickoff conditions. And Aaron West sits down for a pregame chat with head coach Steve Warner. Buhler Crusader football on 95.9 HKFM.
Hi, I'm Carly Sutton with First Bank Kansas, where we're committed to making your home a reality. Picture this, your dream home perfectly within reach. With our flexible and affordable home mortgage options, we're here to turn your dreams into possibilities. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or looking to refinance, First Bank Kansas is more than just a lender. We're your dedicated partners in building your future. Our personalized services ensure that your mortgage aligns with your unique needs. Don't delay. Let's make your dream home a reality at First Bank Kansas. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And welcome back on our Midway Motors drive to the game. Time for pregame thoughts from head coach Steve Warner. His coach, a lot of things packed into tonight, starting with senior night. It's McPherson, and if you win this one, obviously it helps you going forward, but it secures that outright league title.
Well, the league title is huge for us, and it coming against a good opponent that's always well coached. Their kids always play hard. It'll be a tough game, and it'll be a hard-fought game, and it's one that we want to take care of in the trenches and win that line of scrimmage battle, move the ball on the ground like we like to do, and then defense just be all over their quarterback and be relentless, trying to tackle their running backs.
We've talked a lot about your seniors. Obviously, you had several of them on our coaches' shows on Monday nights, but time is running out for them to put on that uniform, and I know it means an awful lot to them.
Well, it really does, and you could see it against Winfield at halftime how winning meant a lot to them, and they've given a lot to this program. They want to continue to be successful, and they want to win. And we've talked about it a lot that it goes fast. And I remind them we're week 8. I reminded them that earlier in the week, and they have to be ready to go. And they have to. I always ask them just to savor every moment, because at the end of the year, I want them to be able to say that they had the time of their life. And as I always reflect back on the seniors, that's what I want for them the most. And it's the song that was on Friends, but and it ends with, "I hope you have the time of your life." And that's what I want for them, to enjoy every second of it and savor the the bond that you get with your teammates. And there's just nothing like football.
Sure, you felt it with your kids, but as a parent, that time goes fast.
It goes super fast. It's amazing. Of course, I look back, and I've been coaching now 41 years. That's gone pretty darn fast. But the season, and how many seniors I've gone through and had to say goodbye to over the years, each year just flies by.
Obviously, with McPherson tonight, you can look at their record and study them a lot on film. But, man, when these two teams play, I've seen a lot of strange things happen over the years, from blocked field goals to unexpected two-point conversions to all different kinds of things. You really this is a game where you have to play well in every aspect.
Well, we do, because they always have new things that they throw at us, and we do so many different things on offense than everybody else does, so we never know really exactly what to prepare for them. But still, they have to prepare to stop us. And other memories, Sam Elliott kind of lightened them up 3 years ago too. The great memory that I have of playing them, and a lot of positives, but a few negatives that I like to erase out of my mind.
We had a win against them at home a couple of years ago, and gosh, names escape me, but we had a defensive back chase down one of their receivers and stop a touchdown that could have won them the game.
I remember it, and I don't remember the player's name either, but it was a big play.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look.
I have to go back and look at the archives. Yeah,
but starts obviously defensively for you. Obviously, you've got to get pressure on their quarterback and stop that run, but you've got to limit what they do in the passing game.
We do, and getting to the quarterback is a big part of it. We've seen more athletic quarterbacks, but he still throws the ball well, so we feel like we can get to him. Obviously, may have to use some linebacker blitzes to do that, but he's not as mobile as some of them, but he can also hurt you with his legs too, because he's smart and he gets away from pressure. But we just want to be relentless like we've been. That helps our D-backs. They're going to complete some passes. We just want to make sure that we don't give up the big play, keep those guys in front of us.
And then, obviously, offensively, you want to establish that running game. I felt like McPherson, as well as any team, has done a good job of game planning against your run.
Over the years, they've really slowed our running game down. It's been now 3 years with Sam. We had a lot of yards rushing against them then. And we feel like we have the horses up front to be able to do it. We've got to be assignment sound and make sure that we know where we're going, and our linemen need to communicate better than what we did last week. But I feel like Mitchell really, had his breakout game, and he's ready to come out and have a great rest of the year being our tailback after losing Ben. And I know he'll run hard, and he sees a hole, and he's very elusive too.
Yeah, he had a couple of plays at Winfield where you thought he was down, and then he wasn't.
And he kept going. and he got us some extra yards all the time. And then, again, he was patient like he needs to be, and then he hit the hole very quick.
Those mistakes like penalties and turnovers,
could very well determine the game too. So.
Without a doubt. And in a big game like this, we've got to take care of the football, and we've got to alleviate penalties, especially the ones that we can control, the holding, the unsportsmanlike conduct. There's just no excuse for those.
All right, Coach. Well, I look forward to talking to you after a win.
I do. I look forward to that too.
That would be the best case scenario.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
But enjoy the game. We'll talk to you after.
Thank you.
That's head coach Steve Warner with us on our Drive to the Game. We'll be back with more right after this.
Coming up, the Midway Motors Drive to the Game continues after this. Stream Crusader football on your phone or tablet with the Ad Astra radio app. Your home for the Buhler Crusaders is 95.9 HKFM.
1947. It was the year the McKenzie Paint and Body Shop opened for business. That's over 70 years they've been serving the Mid-Kansas area with quality workmanship, excellent refinishing, paint, and restoration. McKenzie Paint and Body Shop specializes in foreign and domestic vehicles. Insurance claims are welcome, and 24-hour towing and recovery service is available. At McKenzie Paint and Body Shop, they take the dents out of accidents. Just over the bridge at 45 Kansas Avenue in South Hutchinson.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, back here on our Midway Motors Drive to the Game, coverage of Crusader football brought to you in part by the Buhler Booster Club, by Whipco Steel Products, by Prairie Bank of Kansas, by Ag 360 Insurance, and by Ideatech. We're bringing the game ball into midfield via helicopter here before the start of the game. Big games in the league in this final week of the regular season. Augusta at Circle, Garden Plain at Clearwater, Andale at Heston. Winfield and Mulvane's really important as far as how things stack up in the 4A West. A Winfield win and a Buhler win would move Buhler up to 4 in the standings. And why does that matter? That means they'd get 2 home games back-to-back to start the playoffs. So we'll really be watching that game closely. You got the big.
I brought the giant blown-up bracket that we can start filling in as games take place.
Park City at Newton, El Dorado at Wellington, Andover Central at Andover, Independence at Rose Hill, and Collegiate at Chaparral. Big night of football on our Ad Astra Sports Network as well. We'll update you on scores throughout the evening at our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. Find our complete schedule online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app, powered by Nextech Wireless, the latest phones and devices at the best prices. Buhler will be in their home black uniforms, black tops, black pants, and the maroon numerals trimmed in white with the matte black helmets. The Crusader on the side, white pants, white tops for the Pups, red numerals, and white helmets. And just like tonight's teams, I Need a Cleaners can help you look like a winner. I Need a Cleaners. It's where to take your clothes. The 25th meeting coming up between the Crusaders and the Bull Pups here on senior night. A packed house tonight as the co-captains meet at midfield to get final instructions. Matthew, before we get this game started off.
It's not just your ability to play football. You were chosen captains because you can lead. I need you to lead tonight, all right? I need black to talk to black, white to talk to white. Hit each other hard, help each other up. Can we do that? Yes, sir. Who's my speaking captain for white? 4. Who's my speaker here? 12. Guys, I've got a coin. Got Eisenhower on the front. That's going to be heads. Liberty Bell and the Moon on the back. That's going to be tails. You're my visiting team. I need you to call heads or tails. I want you to tell me what he called. I'll toss it. I'll catch it. I won't turn it over. If I drop it, we're going to do it again. Yes, sir. Go ahead and make your call. Heads. What's the call? Heads is the call. It is a tails. You won the toss. You may choose a kick, receive, defer, defend a goal. Defer. They want to defer their option a second. Who'd like to receive? Which end would you like to defend? Put your backs to it.
All right, guys, Buhler has won the toss. They will defer to the second half. Buhler will kick towards the south. Let's get ready for some football.
Beautiful night tonight. Probably the best night we've had so far this year, weather-wise outside. Christopher, let's talk about some keys to the game.
All right, number 3 tonight, D-line pressure. McPherson coming into tonight has double the passing yards, double the attempts, double the completions, double the touchdowns compared to Buhler through the air this year. They've only thrown 1 interception this entire year, so let's see if our D-line pressure can help force Carter Allen into throwing pick number 2 or more this evening. Number 2, establishing the run. Buhler tonight coming in averaging a little over 262 yards a game. McPherson's only averaged barely 112 yards a game, so if Buhler can establish a considerable ground game tonight, that's going to be a big part of the recipe for success. And then one of the things Coach Warner talked about this week, it's a rivalry game. It's McPherson. It's the final week of the regular season. It's senior night. everything you could possibly play for, the league title on the line. We've got to control our emotions tonight because it's going to be a night where words are going to be said, things are going to happen. The team that keeps their cool tonight is probably going to be the one that walks out of here with the W.
Buhler's 4-3 defense led by head coach or assistant coach Jason Coles, 17 points a game, holding teams under 27 yards rushing. And they have forced 13 turnovers this year. The ends, Jax Pratt and Cruz Hirschberger, Chase Gentry and Cash Carson at the tackles. The linebackers, Jacob Miller, Nick Gazaway, Will Hanen, now at 289 career tackles, 4th all-time in school history. In the secondary, the safeties, Brady Gotti and Jeremy Gentry, Jared Miller, and Mitchell McDaniel, the starting corners. McPherson's offense, they'll run a lot of spread tonight. We talked about senior quarterback Carter Allen. He threw for just shy of 200 yards in the win last week at Augusta. He's completed 57% of his passes, 14 touchdowns and 1 INT. Ashton Malm is his favorite target, 32 catches for 472 yards. We'll see Catch Delaney, Brock Richardson, Carlos German all in the backfield tonight for this Pup team that averages 24 points a game and gives up 22. Here is Jared Miller to kick off from the 40 toward the south end zone. We are underway with Crusader football here on KWHK. Hutchinson, a fumble by the return man. Back at the 5-yard line, picks it up, and a short return to the 8. So not a great way for McPherson to start as Dane Becker bobbled the football on that return, and a short return to the 9-yard line.
Great special teams tackle made there by Max Harmony. It was one of those, the longer he delayed, the more it allowed the kickoff team to pursue him. And fantastic field position if you're a Black Knight, Buhler Crusader, as they are starting inside the 10.
McPherson from their own 10-yard line, own 9-yard line, 1st and 10, going left to right. From the right side hash mark, twin receivers either side. Single back to the right of the quarterback, out of the gun. He double pumps, and the ball is picked off on the first offensive play of the game. Mitchell McDaniel, one-on-one coverage on the Buhler sideline against Ashton Malm. Goes up with one hand and brings it down for the turnover.
That is just Carter Allen's 2nd interception on the entire season. This year they have 162 passing attempts, so he's thrown the ball 163 times this season. That's only the 2nd time an opponent has picked it off. What a start for the Buhler Crusaders.
And he got hit as he threw it.
That is career INT number 6 for Mitchell McDaniel. 11:45 to go in the first. Buhler from the McPherson 40, out of the I formation. 1st and 10, they give it to the fullback. This is the senior Gazaway, and he bangs his way forward for 4 yards to the 44-yard line. Brendan Skripsik at quarterback, the senior, has completed 51% of his passes. Mitchell McDaniel, Gazaway. We'll also see Max Harmony back in the backfield tonight as they mix and match on that run, Chris.
I've got to steal Nick Gazaway's dad's catchphrase. If you've ever seen him on social media, he says there's a right way and there's a Gazaway. Good run there for Nick.
Give it to the Gazaway. That at the 36-yard line. It'll be 2nd down from there. Nick averaging 6.2 yards a carry when he touches the football. Out of the gun now, they give it to McDaniel, and he is swallowed up. This is going to be a loss. As McPherson brought pressure like they will often do with that 4-2-5 defense tonight. And a loss of a yard back to the 43. It'll be 3rd down from there.
That was the defensive tackle, Big Dylan Hall, 6 foot 245. He's a young sophomore D lineman, and on the stop for the Pups.
Receivers we'll talk about tonight: Quentin Pisano, Cash Carson, tight ends Jax Pratt and Jacob Miller. Out of the eye on 3rd down and 7. Brendan to throw. Throws near side. McDaniel on his back, or was that Carson on his back? They say incomplete. Right here at the 30-yard line, it was at the stick. It's a 1st down if he caught it. Tried to catch it on his back with a defender on top of him. They say no catch.
Yeah, I didn't have a good angle at that. He was on the ground before the ball actually came out. Skripsik looked like he threw a good ball because he was low, threw a low ball, but wasn't able to handle it.
Yeah, it was a good ball. Cash just got his feet out from under him and had fallen, slipped in the turf. Did a good job to even make an attempt to reel it in.
Buhler 41% this year on 3rd down, as it's now 4th and 7. They look like they're going to go for it. Only 33% on 4th down. They have trips to the far side. Single receiver to the near side. And out of the gun, it's a screen pass. McDaniel catches it over the middle. He's got the first down at the 30. Still on his feet at the 25. Still on his feet and goes out of bounds inside the 20. Perfect timing there on the screen over the middle as Skripczyk stood tall facing pressure. Got it to McDaniel out of the backfield for a First National Bank first down.
Brock Richardson came through the line. The linebacker from McPherson untouched. Great guts that time by Brendan Skripczyk as he had a guy in his face, was able to complete the throw, and great run by McDaniel at the end to help get some yak.
Fantastic block by Quentin Pisano to get Mitchell an extra 8 yards on that.
Crusaders into the red zone. It'll be 1st and 10 from near the 17. Far side hash mark going right to left. 2 receivers left out of the eye. And they'll work to the ground game. And the tailback McDaniel's going to be wrapped up right away. This is something that McPherson has done well against Buhler in recent years, and that's been able to limit what they want to do in the power run game.
Yeah, Dylan Hall in on the stop again. And, all those years the McPherson's had these really good teams, they've had some great skill people, but I've always felt like the McPherson D-line has been who has absolutely dominated the line. Cody Stuffle being one of those guys playing on Saturdays for K-State now.
And a yard, 2nd down and 9. They'll go to the 2 tight look. They'll stay on the ground. This is tailback McDaniel. Hit near the 15. They're going to mark him down at the 16-yard line. So really no gain on the play. Up front, the tackles, Bodie Redenbaugh, Logan Turner, Nixon Stanley, and John Aldridge, the guards, and the senior Tanner Brown in the middle. Buhler facing another 3rd down, a second 3rd down in this drive. 0 for 1, but they did convert on that big 4th down on a screen pass just a moment ago.
It'll be interesting to see if Buhler tries to get it all here or just tries to make a manageable 4th down try.
Out of the gun, trips left. McDaniel stays in it, running back to the left of his quarterback. They're going to pitch it to Mitchell on the edge at the 15-10. Cuts inside, bangs through a tackle down to the goal line. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. A great effort by Mitchell McDaniel on that pitch, running the ball to the left side.
I think there was a mistake by McPherson because the entire left side of their defense just really bit on trying to stop Skripczyk. Nobody had the pitch man, and that time McDaniel doing a great job making something happen after the ball got in his hands. Great cut, and now Buhler's got 1st and goal.
Another First National Bank first down, the ball just inside the 2-yard line at the left hash mark. They go with the jumbo package. 3 backs behind Brendan. They'll give it to Mitchell, and he bangs his way to the goal line. Does he sneak in there? I think they're going to mark him down just short. 2nd and goal.
My dad's always said officials' favorite spot to spot the football is just shy of the goal line. That's exactly what they did. Buhler went with the A formation where they make no bones about it. They put the super back to the right, go to the right, and Mitchell McDaniel stopped so close.
Clock running, 7:58 to go in the opening period. 0-0. Buhler 2nd and goal here from inside the 1-yard line. They'll stay with that A formation with Brendan Skripczyk under center at quarterback. He'll take the snap with under 9 of the play clock. Here's McDaniel again, and this time he finds his way to the end zone. Buhler converts after the turnover, the McDaniel interception, and then Mitchell on the other end with a 1-yard run. Touchdown, Crusaders.
I tell you, Mitchell McDaniel, all the squats he's been doing his entire life in the middle school and high school weight room paying off there as he was wrapped up just shy of the goal line, but used that lower body strength to power across the goal line and get Buhler on the board for the first time this evening.
Rushing touchdown number 2 for Mitchell McDaniel on the year. Hadn't started at tailback since early last year. Came in last week, now gets the start again tonight. And he had, of course, the huge interception. Also had a big 4th down screen pass that they converted, and then the 1-yard run.
Hey, they've had to change the holder, just FYI.
Yeah, Carter Jones had some snap issues, it looked like, or helmet issues.
Helmet issues.
So this is Pisano, who will be holding at the 10. Little things like extra points are important tonight, fellas. Jared Miller to kick. And he will bang it through. 7:40 to play in the opening quarter. Off a turnover. Buhler goes 20 yards to the end zone, and they lead it 7-0 from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. Crusader football on HKFM.
Hi, this is Todd Rowland. Bank of the Plains is committed to providing high-quality financial services while maintaining the highest standards of integrity, customer service, and professionalism. Our dedicated staff here in Sterling values our relationships with you and welcomes the opportunity to earn your business, trust, and friendship. A proud supporter of Black Bear and Warrior events, Bank of the Plains, an equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Best thing about my job is working with young kids. The relationships that I get to establish and the smiles that we get to create.
I love being a dentist because lots of times people come in, they're nervous, scared, but being able to help them and change their smile, and it's just really rewarding to be able to be a part of that.
We'd love to see you at any of our locations. Big smiles and little places.
McPherson Dental in Buhler, Inman, Hillsborough, McPherson, and Lyons, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch.
95.9 HKFM.
Aaron Miller to kick off after the 1-yard touchdown run by Mitchell McDaniel. Peter goes 20 yards in 9 plays. Now here's a big return, big hole up the middle at the 30, 35, and being chased down from behind finally across the 40. And McPherson got some good blocking for that return. That'll set them up with some nice field position at the 42. I want to go back to the INT. That is Mitchell's 3rd pick of the year, and defensively for Buhler, that it is their 11th INT on the season. The secondaries come up with some big plays, none bigger than that one right there.
No doubt.
From their own 42, Allen will work it out of the gun. They're going to go to the ground. Right side run, and not much there. This is the fullback, Brock Richardson. 6'1", he goes 191. 29 carries, 137 yards coming into the game. McPherson's not going to beat you in the ground game. It's really going to come down to, are they able to throw the ball vertical tonight?
No doubt. And, they went for it first play of the game earlier. Have a feeling there's going to be a lot of passing attempts tonight for the Pups.
Gain of about 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Allen out of the gun. Richardson stays in there to his left. 2 receivers left. Man. Single receiver to the far side. And they'll keep it on the ground, and Richardson's going to be wrapped up for a loss. That Black Knight defense doing its job. They say forward progress stopped right at the original line of scrimmage. And so dropped at the 42-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 10 from there.
Cruz Hirschberger getting the stop there for the Crusaders. Big 3rd down tonight. Right here.
Allen works out of the gun. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Again, man-on-man coverage in that secondary. Now they empty with Richardson. They find Malm over the middle at the 50, and he's going to be stopped just shy of the 1st down. Malm on the far side. He's their speedy receiver. Allen's favorite target. This is going to be 4th and less than a yard.
And I was afraid they were going to give him the spot that time as he caught it on the quick slant there over the middle, just shy. McPherson definitely in 4-down territory here in this big game.
Buhler holding opponents on the year to, 54%. Teams more than not have converted on 4th down. This is 4th and less than a yard. Allen stays out of the gun. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Richardson is the running back. He'll get the handoff. And it's going to be close.
No dice.
From the initial spot, they say no gain. That would be a huge turnover on downs.
Well, that time they went out of the shotgun and handed it off to Richardson, the fullback. The danger of going out of the shotgun in a short yardage situation is the running back, from the time he gets the ball to the line of scrimmage, he's got to make up some ground, and the Buhler Black Knight defense doing such a good job getting penetration gets the big stop on 4th.
Well, it won't go down in the books as a turnover, but essentially that's what it is.
Why wouldn't you just get over that in quarterback sneak?
Some of these spread teams just are allergic to it. K-State had a coach that wasn't very successful named Ron Prince that hated the sneak.
Out of the I formation, 1st and 10 Crusaders from their own 49. Here's Mitchell, breaks out of a jersey tackle to the near side and runs along the Buhler sideline, going right to left for some extra yardage, gets across the 40, and on the first carry of this drive has a First National Bank 1st down to the 39, and ends up gaining 12 yards.
Well, Matt and Aaron, you guys have watched enough games of different sports, but you just have those feelings when there's a kid that just shows up right out of the gate that they are ready to play ball. Mitchell McDaniel doing that on both sides this evening for Buhler.
Well, why not on senior night, huh? This is last regular season home game. 1st and 10 now, left hash mark of the 39. 7-0 Crusaders. 2 receivers right of the I formation. Brendan will take the snap, wants to throw on 1st down. Good protection, throws over the middle, and just overthrows Quentin Pisano. Pisano had split 2 defenders, was open at the 5, and just out of his reach, or that's 6. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Great job by the Buhler offensive line as Skripsik. I mean, he could have set up a picnic table back there. He had so much time on that throw.
Pisano did a good job of getting open, even though he was double covered.
Yeah.
And just a little bit too much mustard on that from Brendan.
And if you're going to throw a ball like that, it's always better to overthrow than underthrow where it could get picked.
They go to a too tight look on 2nd down and 10 out of the eye now from that 39, and Mitchell McDaniel is met with some authority in the backfield and wrestled to the turf right away. This is going to be a big loss and sets up a 3rd and long.
Chase Kane, the senior defensive end, just came through unblocked that time, dropped him for a big loss. So now Buhler with a 3rd and long. Unless Buhler can gain quite a bit of this back, we might be in a punt situation if they can't convert here on 3rd.
Backwards to the 43, so it's a loss of 4. Looking at 3rd down and 14 out of the shotgun. 3 receivers right, single receiver to the near side. McDaniel stays in to block. Brendan steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to run with it. Good coverage downfield by McPherson. And Brendan looks like no gain on the play, and out, would imagine, comes the punt team.
Yeah, Jaron Stutzman, the defensive end on the other side, making the stop that time. Skripsik had quite a bit of time, but like you talk about a coverage sack, that time all the receivers were covered. Didn't want to force the football, so he tried to tuck and run it, but the pocket collapsed, and Buhler will have to punt it away.
It's the 8th time he's been sacked this season. Talk about our Dix Phillips 66 ones to watch. You mentioned the name of Chase Kane, and now oh my gosh, a bad snap on the punt is going to set McPherson up with a 1st and 10 at the Buhler 33-yard line.
Buhler has not really had a bad snap on a punt this entire season up until that point. Tough break for Buhler, a huge shot in the arm for the Bullpups.
So it ends up as Buhler falls on it as a turnover on downs. And McPherson now with 3:27 to go in the first will have the ball, their best field position so far of the night, at the Buhler 32-yard line. They'll work Allen out of the gun with 3 receivers to the right. One goes in motion. And Carter looking to throw, throws over the middle, a behind-the-back catch made. And it's enough for a 1st down. A nice catch there made over the middle by Bishop Brown as he had to adjust and go back behind him to make that catch.
But there was all the room in the world around Brown as he just kind of set up shop downfield right in the middle of the field, nobody around him, and able to, even though he was falling to the deck, able to haul it in for the catch.
It's the ball down to the 17-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from there. Twin receivers either side. They'll work to the ground game. And busting out of a tackle to the near side and into the end zone. Touchdown McPherson. That is Catch Delaney, who runs it in from 17 out for his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season.
And Catch Delaney, he's a big running back, 6 foot, 207. And he's a guy that if you tackle high, you're not going to bring him down. That time he broke through at least 3 broken tackles for Buhler to get Mack on the board for the first time tonight.
Well, each team has made a huge mistake in this game. The interception by McDaniel on Buhler's quarterback, and then the fumbled snap on the punt. And huge mistakes in a game like this, certainly don't they get magnified. The extra point is good, and we're tied at 7. 2:54 to play here in the opening quarter. Crusader football from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Tonight's coverage of Crusader football continues next with the Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report. Aaron and Chris recap tonight's first half, and we'll
If you're getting ready to buy or sell land, start a building project, or have a property line in question, call Alpha Land Surveys. With over 30 years of experience, you can trust Alpha Land Surveys. Call 728-0012 or go to alphalandsurveys.com.
Are you tired of your dusty or muddy driveway? APAC Kansas Shears Division is here to help. This is Derek Fees. Call us and ask us about our asphalt millings. If you are a do-it-yourselfer, arrange for pickup or delivery at your convenience. Call APAC today at 620-662-2112.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, 7-7 as McPherson answers. Buhler's touchdown on their opening drive after a fumbled snap on the punt. McPherson got the ball at their Buhler 32. It took them 2 plays and a 17-yard touchdown run by Catch Delaney. With the extra point, we are tied at 7. And now Jackson Hoover to kick off here from McPherson's 40. It is a short, wobbly kick taken far side of the field at the 20. This is going to be returnable across the 30, across the 35. And a short kick sets Buhler up with decent field position near the 39. I mentioned it a couple of times. Mistakes in this game will be magnified like they have not been previously this year.
No doubt. 2 teams that's big rivals and league title on the line. Yep, every mistake, the team that makes the fewest mistakes is going to get out here with the win. But nice burrowing return that time by Pisano over on the far side. Not much of a hole, but he was able to get upfield and make something out of nothing.
Buhler from their own 38. Out of the I formation, single receivers either side. 1st and 10. Their 3rd time to touch the ball on offense, and a big hole up the middle. This is Max Harmony into McPherson territory, and a touchdown-saving tackle across the 45, made at the 43. 1 man to beat, otherwise Max is in the end zone for 6.
Well, McPherson is really loading the heck out of the box tonight, trying to stop the run. The good news for Buhler, if we can get past that 2nd level, which is walked way up, lots of space out there, and you mentioned it, Harmony was 1 tackle away from taking it to the house.
Good to have Max back after he missed last week. Gain of 15 on that play. And it'll be 1st and 10. Here's a jet sweep, and Pisano trying to get to the edge on the left side, and nothing there. And loses yardage back across the 45 to the 46.
Tough thing against these really quick defenses. Any slow developing plays to the edge really allow that defense to pursue well. That's exactly what the McPherson D-line was able to do, and drop Pisano for the loss.
It'll be a loss of 3 on that play. Logan Turner has just checked out of the game, fellas. Came to the sideline. Might keep an eye on who took his place up on that line.
It was Will.
Will Haanen. As Brendan works out of the gun, he's going to keep it in the option play and doesn't quite get back to the original line of scrimmage. Does get across the 45 to the 44. He gains 2 yards. And we're looking at 3rd down and 11.
Sophomore Matt Berger making the stop for McPherson.
Down to 1:14 to go in the opening quarter. 7-7 here from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. Buhler, after a INT, scored on their first drive of the game, and a 9-play drive. It ended in a McDaniel 1-yard run. Skripsik out of the gun. Tailback to his left. 3 receivers to the left. Good blocking. Now Mitchell, or rather Brendan, is going to take off with it. And, well, you're just not going to. Quarterback runs against this defense just aren't going to work.
Yeah, that
receivers have got. You had decent time. Receivers have got to get open downfield.
But I know that one of the things that Skripsik's trying to avoid is a dangerous turnover. But yeah, that's one of those things that this D line for McPherson too quick for much of a quarterback run game on the scrambles on called passes.
Sack back at the 46, and Buhler's going to have to punt it again away. Last time they were in this position, a fumbled snap. Much better this time. The ball lands at the 15. It will not be returned. McDaniel's going to down it right at the 10-yard line. So with 7 seconds on the clock here. 7 seconds left in the first quarter. McPherson is going to have it back at their own 10-yard line. They scored the last time they had the football. Took them just 2 plays.
Guys, an injury update. Doc Lackey working on Logan Turner's right hand.
He went with a different look at running back, did McPherson on that last drive. Catch Delaney, big tall guy, 6'2", 207. And he's the tailback that busted it to the outside on that 17-yard play for a touchdown. Looks like Delaney is in there again. Out of the gun is Allen with Delaney to his right, 2 receivers light right, 2 left. The throw is high, and the ball is fumbled. Was it a catch? They say no catch. Junior Gentry scooped it off the turf and was headed for the end zone as Allen tried to get it on the far side to Bishop Brown. Brown, though, not able to come down with a fumble with the ball. It's incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. All even, 7 apiece here in this one on senior night from Crusader Stadium. This is Crusader football from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
We're Stamatic of Central Kansas, with a new location at 209 North Main in downtown McPherson. We are here to help, offering water, fire, and smoke restoration, mold remediation, carpet and upholstery cleaning, as well as hard surfaces like LVP, tile, and even grout cleaning. Honey, don't forget about the places you can't see, like air ducts and dryer vents. Find us on Facebook or online at stamaticofcentralks.com for a free estimate.
Honey, don't forget
to see how Stamatic of Central Kansas can help you.
Honey, don't forget.
Call Stamatic, you'll be ecstatic.
Sometimes it's the little things that bring you back to a business. At the Hutchinson Medicine Shop, we like to think that we offer lots of little things. We try to greet you and make you feel welcome as you walk in. Instead of an answering machine, we answer our phone live. We offer great ambiance with great music and pleasant smells. We have free snacks and 50-cent water and pop. If you've never been to the shop, we hope these little things bring you in and keep you coming back. The Hutchinson Medicine Shop in Midtown Hutch.
95.9 HKF.
2nd down and 10 here to start the second quarter, and a throw out of bounds. Good coverage downfield to the far side of the McPherson sideline. Allen throws it out of bounds, incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Injury updates this year brought to you in part by Pyle Law. If you've been injured at work or in a motor vehicle accident, call Pyle Law 241-9000. Tom works to get you the benefits you deserve. Logan Turner is out for the game with a possible broken finger and replaced on that offensive line for the Crusaders by Will Hainan. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Single back look out of the gun. Allen wants to throw. Hit as he throws, and he threw it off the back of one of his offensive linemen. It doinked off the back shoulder pads of one of his offensive linemen. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down.
I tell you what, Cash Carson got his money's worth on that. Great clean hit. Hit him right as he released the football. Got popped from his blind side. That's going to be something that Carter Allen's going to be worried about the rest of this evening.
And so now McPherson will have to punt it away. This will be Dane Becker. Check that. Brock Richardson from his own end zone. Junior Gentry standing at the McPherson 40 awaiting this kick. It's a low line drive kick. And Jeremy's going to have to go a ways backwards. Now he'll just get away from it. That's a tough kick to judge and to catch. Low line drive.
That's a boot.
To the right of Junior Gentry. And just no time to recover to get in front of it. And at that point, the worst thing you can do is touch it and have it be a live football.
Yes, no doubt. In all cases, discretion's the better part of valor, as the old saying goes. You don't want to try to be a hero there and try to scoop something up that you can't field cleanly, because then Mac could have field position down here. So, but what a punt that time by Richardson for McPherson. That thing rolled forever.
Gators going to have it at their own 27, 1st and 10 in the I formation. And it is McDaniel on the ground, getting some yards straight ahead here across the 30 and up to the 32-yard line. And so picks up 4 on 1st down.
Tackle made by Brody Seidel, so 4 versus 4 that time. But good run on 1st down for Buhler. One of the things that got Buhler off schedule last series was some early losses on 1st down. So Buhler with a much more manageable second.
2nd and about 6 here out of the I formation. And the fullback's got it, powering his way forward. Close to the 35. Let's mark it down at the 34. That is Nick Gazaway with the carry. 3rd down here. Coverage of Crusader football brought to you in part by Dix Phillips 66, by People's Bank and Trust, by Crop Lumber, Rise Up Reno, and by Happy Egg.
So big 3rd down here for Buhler. They'd love to keep the ball in the offense's hands for a little bit longer. Last couple possessions haven't gone past a couple 1st downs, so let's see if Buhler can convert here on 3rd.
Football just shy of the 35. Buhler going left to right here. 7-7 game. They need about 3 yards for the 1st down. And they'll stay in the I. Quarterback keeper Brendan Skripczyk going to his left. And he's got enough for the 1st down. Best run of the night for Brendan as he gets to the 40 and a First National Bank 1st down, a gain of 5 yards.
When you have a 6'3", 220-pound senior quarterback, that quarterback run game on those quick hitters in the interior are good things. And Skripczyk, using his size and strength, to reach across for the first down. Good third down conversion for the Crusaders.
And guys not lost. They're on schedule. The reason that play works is because they're on schedule.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 40. 10:01 now to go in the first half and tied at 7. 2 receivers left to the I formation. Nick Gazaway, the fullback. There's a fake to him and a throw over the middle. Jacob Miller catches it at the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, and down inside the 20-yard line. A big catch and run for the tight end. And a First National Bank first down in McPherson territory.
Great hands that time by Miller. Buhler faking the fullback dive and just a little turnaround pop pass kind of over the middle. And Miller doing a great job. He bobbled it for a split second. Wide open, but was able to haul it in and then make something happen after the catch.
A 40-yard catch by Jacob Miller.
That ball was maybe 7 yards in the air, so, I mean, he ran a long ways after the catch.
Let's make that our Happy Egg Company excellent play of the game. Visit happyeggfarms.com to learn how you can help feed America. 1st and 10 from the 20. Right hash mark. Back to the ground game. McDaniel running left and just using his physicality to get something out of nothing as he gets 2 yards forward to the 18-yard line.
Decent run there on first down. What Buhler, you mentioned it earlier, Matt, what we can't do is have those losses on first down, making it 2nd and long, leading to 3rd and long.
Buhler back in the McPherson red zone for a second time in this game. They scored on their opening drive of the game. We're tied at 7. 2nd and about 7 here. And they'll stick with the eye look. And they'll give it to the fullback straight ahead. This is Gazaway just pounding his way forward across the 15 and down to the 13-yard line. And that's going to set up about a 3rd down and 3.
Great hard run by Gazaway that time, just lowering his shoulders, keeping the feet lunging forward. And a good job by the O-line getting some surge as a very manageable 3rd down and short here for the Crusaders.
We haven't talked much about our Dix Phillips 66 ones to watch tonight. I started to mention it earlier. Every journey begins with a stop at Dix Phillips 66. 4th and Stevens and Hutch. We'll talk about that after this play. They go with a too tight look on 3rd and about 2. Here's Mitchell McDaniel to the left side. Gets close to the 10. Looks like he's going to be about a yard shy.
And maybe even closer, I mean, maybe even a half yard. Matt, how close are we down there?
Yeah, we're about the 11 and a half.
Certainly think that they'll go for it on 4th and short here, but our ones to watch, man, it really, the battle is up front all night between these lines and who's able to win that scenario.
Yep, whether our O-line can beat their D-line or vice versa.
We're going to have a timeout here on a 4th and short. First down stick at the 10. Buehler's just shy of the 11, and Coach Warner wants a timeout. So we'll step aside. 7:27 to go in the half. Huge 4th down coming up after this. Tied at 7 from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Hi, I'm Melanie Block. First National Bank is here to help your business by offering a variety of services to manage and improve your cash flow. Our business banking team is a trusted partner in the community, here to provide solutions to the challenges your business faces so you can achieve all your business goals. From small to large businesses, we have the knowledge and power to help you succeed. First National Bank of Hutchinson, always first for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
95.9 HKFM.
Big 4th down and 1 coming up with 7:27 to go in the half. Peter can convert here. It would set up a 1st down and goal. They got a huge pass play over the middle to their tight end Jacob Miller for 40 yards on this series that sent them up inside the red zone. And trying to reclaim the lead here in a 7-7 game. High formation with a wing in motion. And they're going to give it to McDaniel to the right side. Bounces off one tackler. He's got the first down to the edge. Inside the 5, still spinning. And it's going to be 1st and goal. Mitchell McDaniel probably should have been stopped for no gain there. But, man, you see him spin off of that tackle. Just that won't quit attitude. And ends up getting the first down and then some. They mark him out at the 4 where it's going to be 1st and goal.
Yeah, that time McPherson moved both of their D tackles down into the A gaps, really tried to seal off the interior, so Buhler went with the toss play, kind of faking them out. They maybe were thinking it was going to be a quarterback sneak, but Buhler now with the 1st and goal from the 5.
9th play of this drive coming up, and they fake it to the fullback, pitch it far side. McDaniel to the edge, takes on a McPherson linebacker. One-on-one there, and pounds it down to the 1, where it'll be 2nd and goal.
Yeah, that time Buhler's run the option a lot down near the goal line, especially to the left. That time, again, the McPherson defense really keying on Skripczyk, was able to get the toss out to McDaniel. He had one guy to beat out there at the corner. He tried to cut back in, but a great tackle in space made over there on the far side by Dane Becker.
Mitchell just took him on and said, okay, big boy, let's go.
He
right into it.
Tried to haul him into the end zone, just got stopped so close.
2nd and goal at the 1. They go with that jumbo A formation. Brendan's going to hand it off. And fighting. Mitchell's not going to get there. No gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and goal at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, that time McDaniel tried to fight to the outside, and that, unfortunately, there was McPherson defenders out there. Chase Kane, the big defensive end, in on the stop. So now Buhler with another 3rd and short here, close.
Well, the good news is you got 2 more plays to get 1 yard.
To try to bang it away, so we'll see what Coach Warner and the Crusaders elect to do here. Trying to get the 2nd score of the night for the Crusaders.
Definitely a situation, though, where you've got to find a way to get the ball in the end zone.
No doubt. You don't want to settle for a field goal try here. And I have a feeling even unless it was a huge loss, Buhler's going to be going for it on 4th if we don't convert here.
So 3rd and goal from the 1. 2 backs behind Brendan. In the gun, and they'll get to the house. This time they give it to the fullback. Touchdown, Crusaders!
Buhler lining up in the straight A formation where they have the super back in there in the backfield, and Buhler just pounded it forward. I believe it was a handoff to the fullback, but great conversion there on 3rd down for Buhler's 2nd touchdown of the night.
Man, who had that carry?
That was Nick Gazaway.
All right, Gazaway, the fullback. You're right, Christopher. There's a lot of people standing in our field of vision here, and like packed house tonight. 1-yard run by Nick. His 1st touchdown of the night. Attaboy, senior getting it done.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about the crowd tonight. Massive crowd on hand. The Buhler stands are completely full. The McPherson stands across the way are full. Lots of people down on the fence, and lots of people sitting in the north end zone as well.
Gazaway with his 4th touchdown run of the year. Boy, he's been a real important cog in what they've wanted to do offensively so far this year.
Well, he does such a good job of taking care of the football, and you know that when he gets those fullback handoffs, those dives in the interior, he handles the ball well and gets those hard yards in traffic, and he used every bit of his 5'10", 200-pound frame to get that across the goal line.
Carter Jones is back in there as the holder from the 10 on this extra point. And Jared Miller will try to make it 7-0 here with 5:46 to go in the first half, and he does. Splits the uprights. An 11-play drive from Buhler's own 27 ends in a 1-yard Nick Gazaway touchdown run. 14-7 Buhler. Mid-2nd quarter from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Hey fans, this is Rachel Nelson. It's game time and I Need a Cleaners can help you look like a winner. Spend your valuable time prepping for the game, not doing laundry. Keep your knit polos and khaki pants looking great. For the winning look, stop by I Need a Cleaners, 13th and Main in Hutchinson.
Your home is more than just a place. It's where your life happens. The Redinger Agency across from Bogies and Hutch understands. Go to RedingerAgency.com and get your quote today at the Redinger Agency in Hutchinson. One stop for all your insurance needs.
We're making more than just sweets at the Bakery House and Catering Company. Boxed lunches for local businesses, full-service catering for banquets and weddings, and freezer meals for family dinner. Come see us at the Bakery House, just 1 block east of 30th and Plum in Hutchinson.
Trust Service Plus Electrical for all of your electrical projects. They provide personalized options and upfront pricing. Check them out at ServicePlusElectrical.com. Service Plus Electrical. Rest easy. Rewire.
95.9 HKFM.
Returnable to kick from the 10 here. McPherson gets it up across the 25. Got some speed in that return game.
Yeah, after that first return they struggled with, McPherson, both times they've had returns, I've been nervous, Matt.
That sounded like Harms on the return.
Yeah, I think they got speed at both of those deep guys. Now they're kicking it right. They're obviously trying to keep it away from the left side.
From the 27.
Be ready for McPherson to take a crack here, trying to regain the momentum here. right off the bat.
Buhler with 73 yards on their touchdown drive. They'll hand it off on the ground. I believe this is Richardson running left and gets forward to the 30-yard line.
Great tackle in space made here on the near side by Jeremy Gentry Jr.
And that is a gain of 3. It's actually not Richardson. It's Dane Becker who gets his first carry of the night. Becker came in with just 23 touches, just over 100 yards rushing as a backup tailback. Now they'll put 2 backs, one either side of Allen out of the gun. 3 receivers to the right side. Carter wanting to throw. He's going to throw the deep ball to Malm. It's going to be caught by Malm, and he'll be chased down from behind. One-on-one coverage with Jeremy Gentry. Brady Gotti, the safety, came over to make the stop, but not before Malm got all the way down to the 24-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the Buhler 24.
Yeah, Malm was matched up that time with Jeremy Gentry Jr., was able to get separation, but great Herculean effort that time by Brady Gotti as he had to come from the far side of the field to make the touchdown-saving tackle.
46 yards. And it'll be 1st and 10 in Buhler territory with 4:30 to go in this half from the 24-yard line. Allen works out of the gun. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Run up the middle. And Becker breaking tackles. 3rd different tailback we've seen in the game so far for McPherson. And Becker forward across the 20 and up to the 17-yard line.
Yeah, Dane Becker, just a sophomore, but running really hard, 5'9", 160 pounds, runs a lot bigger than that.
Got 7, 2nd down and 3, right to left here from the right hash mark. Allen out of the gun with Becker to his right. 2 receivers near side. 2 to the far side. Malm is split out wide. One-on-one over there with the defender to the far side of the field. Carter Allen facing pressure as he throws a wobbly pass, and it's through the hands and incomplete in the end zone. Intended for Bishop Brown. Allen was hit as he threw. And a wobbly pass. Brown was open in the end zone but couldn't hold on to it. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 3 here. So Coach Pav electing to go for the kill shot. And now 3rd and short. They'll give it to the big back. This is Delaney, and he's got enough on the left side for the 1st down. Down to the 12-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 from there. McPherson can get the 1st down without the touchdown. Will Haynen made the stop. 4th all-time coming into tonight. Career tackles. So 1st and 10 from the 12, out of the gun. They'll put Brown in motion. They want to throw his way. One-on-one to the back corner of the end zone. He bobbles it and can't haul it. No. Oh, you're kidding me. And they call it a touchdown to the back of the end zone. Bobbling the ball as he goes out of bounds.
Tough break for Buhler that time. The ball was thrown where he was the only player that could make a play on it. It was over the top of our corner on the far side, Pisano. He couldn't leap up high enough to catch it. But Bishop Brown able to haul it in, and we're 1 PAT away from this game being tied.
So each time Buhler has scored, McPherson has had an answer. And they'll zip the PAT through from the 10. We're tied at 14. 2:53 to play in the half. 14 all. The Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
The weather is changing and fall is here. Holly with Holly Sweet Treats. Come try our new fall flavors and be sure to order your Halloween cookies, cupcakes, and autumn treats. Follow us on social media. Come see us at 205 South Main in Hutchinson or call 888-YUM to place your order today.
Plaza Astle Realty, locally owned and brokered right here in Hutchinson. With deep roots in Reno, Rice, and McPherson counties, we're your go-to team for personalized real estate service. Call us at 620-662-0576 or visit plaza-astle.com.
Blue Stem PACE, with locations in McPherson and Hutchinson, is taking referrals now. At Blue Stem PACE, a program of all-inclusive care for the elderly, people age 55 and better with complex medical issues can take advantage of services to better manage medical issues and have opportunities for social activities, prepared meals, and more. Don't face your health challenges alone. Blue Stem PACE is ready to help seniors live well at home. Learn more by calling 844-588-7223 or go to www.bluestempace.org.
95.9 HKFM.
Well, our coverage of Crusader football brought to you in part by Bank of the Plains, by Systematic of Central Kansas, I Need a Cleaners, by the Renegade Agency, and by Holly Sweet Treats. McPherson will kick off from the 40 here. And a return from near the 7-yard line across the 20.
Good special teams tackle made for McPherson there by Chase Lowry.
Carter Jones on the return. And gets up to the 24-yard line. So let's see what Buhler has for their little over 2-minute offense. They have 2 timeouts left in the half with 2:47 to go.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how aggressive Coach Warner goes here. One neat thing for Buhler, even on the ground, we've been close to breaking some big runs on the ground, so just running the football could be able to break a big play here.
Max Harmony is back in at fullback on this series. Out of the eye, 2 receivers left. Buhler going left to right. Brendan wants to throw on first down and throws over the middle. It's caught at midfield. That's Cash Carson into McPherson territory on the first play of the drive. A First National Bank first down up at the 48.
2-receiver route that time. Cash Carson did a fantastic job of coming back to the football. It was underthrown a little bit. Cash was able to run right underneath it and then gain some yardage after the catch. And Buhler's in MAC territory here.
28 yards on that catch. 7th catch. Now nearing 160 yards on the season for Cash Carson. First down to the eye, to the ground. McDaniel to the right side, and a flag out that's likely holding in the backfield. As McDaniel got all the way to the 40, got about 8.5 on that play, but it's likely coming back.
Hopefully they don't call it on.
Okay. Call it on the fullback.
I was going to say Bodie Redenbaugh had just an absolute pancake block down there on one of the Buhler D linemen. I was hoping they weren't going to call it on that block.
Hard thing is that the block called on Harmony, we say this all the time, I'm not sure that it really mattered.
Yeah, it was well behind the play.
So a loss of 10 will make it 1st and 20 here. The clock stopped with 2:16 to go in the half. Buhler from the McPherson 42. They'll put Brendan out of the gun. Trips left, single receiver to the near side. Tailback McDaniel stays in on the left tip of the quarterback. He'll take the snap with 6 on the play clock. Brendan's going to run with it. Gets to the 45, takes on a defender, and gets driven out of bounds just shy of midfield. They're going to mark him out at the 48, so he gets about 7 of the 12 back. Clock running. He did not get out of bounds. 1:59 to play here in the half.
That's probably the best broken pass play scramble Skripczyk has had tonight. And one of the reasons he was able to get the big run, he was able to outrun the pressure as they were upfield too fast.
2nd down and 14 after a gain of 6. They stay in the eye, receivers either side. Brendan wants to throw. Quick drop, throws far side, caught across the 40. Still on his feet, the receiver slung down inside the 25. And another First National Bank first down for the Crusaders with 1:32 to go in this half.
Still waiting to try to read which receiver it was on the far side.
Jared Miller.
So great catch by Miller. He made the catch just shy of the line to gain, but then was able to break out of 1 tackle. And McPherson's just a broken tackle away from Buhler being able to score.
All the way up to the 23. I believe that's Miller's first catch this year. 1st and 10. Brendan wants to throw again. He's got time. Now he's going to throw late as he's hit. It's caught over the middle by Pisano down to about the 17-yard line. That'll move the sticks again. Buhler yet to call a timeout here, and I think they will right here. 1:05 to play in the half. And a nice pass play over the middle to Pisano's got Buhler 1st and 10 down at the 17-yard line. We'll take a timeout here from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. Crusader football on HKFM.
October 25th through the 27th, the usual laughter of children and rustle of leaves at your hometown Hutchinson Zoo is replaced by ghostly whispers and the haunting echoes of forgotten creatures as you enter the Haunted Zoo Experience and Little Train of Horrors, presented in collaboration with the Hutchinson High School Thespian Club. For more info and to get tickets in advance, head to hutchinsonzoo.org.
Looking for something to do? Check out the Hutchinson Zoo.
95.9 HKFM.
Back in the red zone here with 1:05 to go in the half. A 14-all tie, 1st and 10 from the 17. Good job on this drive of distributing the ball by Brendan Skripczyk. He'll stay out of the gun. Trips to the right side. Tailback stays in to the left of the quarterback. Brendan's had time to throw. He does again over the middle. Caught by Mitchell McDaniel, but then Mitchell was hammered and is yet to get up. Ball incomplete. And McDaniel got the wind knocked out of him, is down on his back at about the 8-yard line.
Yeah, catch Delaney that time. One of the Mike linebacker from McPherson just laying a big stick on McDaniel.
The scary thing for a receiver over the middle, and when the quarterback throws the ball high like that, he is pretty much defenseless, has no way to protect himself, and Delaney just pile drove him down to the turf.
In any team's Mike linebacker is typically going to be their biggest hitter, so not only are you getting a shot from a player that you have no defense from, but you're getting hit by one of their big hitters.
And Doc Lockey out to examine Mitchell McDaniel, who is down at the 8-yard line. Boy, you could think of some guys that you really can't afford to lose. Good to see him back up. Maybe we're going to keep our fingers crossed, just got the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, we'll hope that Mitchell's back into this game because Buhler's going to have a tough time without him.
Coming off under his own power. Well, you think what he did on the very first offensive play for McPherson of the game, going up and making that spectacular interception on Allen, led to Buhler's first touchdown.
He's the guy Buhler needs out there every down on both sides of the ball.
This will be 2nd down and 10 from the 17. One timeout left, 1 minute to go in the half for the Crusaders. Mitchell McDaniel comes out of the game. They'll go with 3 receivers in a bunch formation to the right side. Brendan out of the gun. They'll keep the tailback in. Single receiver to the far side. Skripczyk with time. Hit as he throws now. Throws it high over the middle, and he missed. Guys, he missed a wide open receiver on the far side. The single receiver was Cash Carson, and he was wide open.
Yeah, that time Skripczyk got away with one as there was 3 defenders really closing fast on that ball over the middle. So big 3rd down here for Buhler. If we're not able to get the first down here, it'll be an interesting decision for Coach Warner if he wants to try the long field goal or go for it.
Skripczyk in at running back.
So Dylan Skripczyk takes in over at running back as they go to the I formation now. They're going to roll Brendan out. Far side, and the catch made inside the 5.
What a catch.
It's going to be 1st and goal. And I think
Mr. Carson
got out of bounds. No, he did not. Now they'll use that last time out.
Nope, they just clocked it.
Okay, so they'll spike it to make it 2nd and goal down at the 4. That was one heck of a catch over there, one-on-one coverage for Cash Carson.
Yeah, there was a McPherson defender draped all over him, and so he had to catch that in traffic. And you want to talk about a pressure situation, too. 3rd down, close to the goal line against McPherson for the league title. Every one of those catches can be nerve-wracking for a receiver.
Well, this drive is huge, too. You get in here, you also get the ball to start the second half. 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. Out of the I formation. Go with just a single tight end. Brendan to throw. Has Pisano wide open! Touchdown! Crusaders!
Well, McPherson's selling out to try to stop the run. Pisano just slid out there along the near goal line, and a great toss that time from Skripczyk. Pisano was so wide open, sometimes those are dangerous throws just because you can see the play developing, and you get a little bit of happy feet, but Skripczyk put it right on the money, and Pisano just escorts the ball across the goal line for the 3rd touchdown of the evening for Buhler.
9th catch of the season for Quentin, his 1st touchdown of the year. Puts Buhler back in front with 38 seconds to go in the half, and Jared Miller, the kick is up and good. 38 seconds left to go before halftime. 21-14 from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
As the hot Kansas summer winds down, the end of one season and the start of the next is a great time to review the health of your pets at Apple Lane Animal Hospital. Have you missed any of your vaccinations? How about scheduling a general health checkup, annual blood work, and taking a look at your pet's diet and nutritional needs? Make 2025 the year you take care of your pets so they live a long and healthy life. Call the staff at Apple Lane Animal Hospital and schedule an appointment today at 662-0515.
The Anchor Inn and Anchor Away have been serving authentic Mexican food to Hutchinson and surrounding communities for over 35 years. Treat friends and family to the Anchor's legendary dishes in their large banquet room, famous buffet, and relaxed atmosphere. Open Monday through Saturday. For the same great food with the convenience of a drive-thru, visit Anchor Away at B and Adams. Like Anchor Inn and Anchor Away on Facebook for specials. Anchor Inn and Anchor Away, authentically delicious in downtown Hutchinson.
95.9 HKFM.
Well, 38 seconds to go in the half. A Skripsik to Pisano 4-yard touchdown pass puts Buhler back in front. Here's a low kick by Miller. It's going to be taken and returned to short. McPherson's going to have this at about the 31. Matthew, look at those last two touchdown drives. One of 74 yards, one of 76. Buhler's really moved the ball downfield well in this game. They've been finding ways to get it done, whether it's through the run or through the pass.
Yeah, it was as confidently as we've seen Brendan throw a ball, and as efficiently in one of those end of half drives. He was very, very good.
McPherson from their own 32 has 34 seconds to go.
They're going to kneel it down.
And it looks like they are content to go to the locker room down a touchdown. I'm kind of surprised that Pavlovich is not going to take a shot here.
I would still be real careful here. I just don't trust it. Do you?
Boy, with the speed of Malm on the outside. Now Mitchell McDaniel is back in the game, and he is assigned to Malm here on the near side. That's really good to see Mitchell back in there.
Absolutely.
But McPherson's just going to let the clock run out, and they'll go to the locker room down 7 here at halftime with Buhler leading 21-14.
And Aaron, I'm here with Coach. Coach, a really efficient drive to end the half. Tell me what you liked out of that.
Oh, I like the fact, number one, we had time to throw the football, and I thought Script had good composure. He threw, a couple of bad passes that I'm sure he didn't like. They were high, and then he came back on the boot pass and made a nice pass to Cash, and then a perfect throw on the squirrel route to Quentin, and just his composure. I think he's matured a lot this year, and it shows.
Coach, obviously every game with Mac is a slugfest. We know it is. Talk about the tweaks you might make at halftime.
Well, I hope nobody from McPherson's listening to him, but we may have to go some double tight because to our strong side where we love to run, they're outmanning us with their outside safety by bringing him up on the line of scrimmage. If he was back, it'd be easier, but when he's off the line, then it hurts us.
A little bit of Buhler football in the second half, huh?
I sure hope so. Here we go.
Good luck, Coach. Thank you.
All right, 21-14. Coach Warner at the half as Buhler has the lead here on senior night tonight. And our coverage of Crusader football brought to you in part by First National Bank, by Apple Lane Animal Hospital, by Plaza Astor Realty, Phoenix Restoration, and by the Bradbury Company. All coming up at half. First half analysis. Get you some scores in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. And, of course, our award-winning Crusader Marching Band, if you're in the stands tonight, set to perform here at halftime. Our band seniors will be recognized as well. We'll talk about some This Week in Crusader sports coming up, and a huge week ahead for our Crusader athletes starting tomorrow with regional cross country. All of that plus a sit-down with Superintendent of Schools Cindy Couchman. We'll do that next. Our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report here on HKFM.
Tonight's coverage of Crusader football continues next with the Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report. Aaron and Chris recap tonight's first half, and we'll catch up with other coaches and athletes in This Week in Crusader Sports. 95.9 HKFM.
Hey Hutchinson, it's Don Glaspie, and I'm back in town as new general manager at Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. For over 28 years, I've been your friend in the car business, and as a proud veteran, I'm dedicated to building family and community right here with you. Whether you're looking for a new ride or just want to stop by and say hello, we've got something for everyone. Great deals, friendly faces, and a place where you're always welcome. So come by, and like Mr. Samuels always says,
come by, let's be friends.
Wouldn't it be nice in a power outage if you could just push a button on your light bulb and the light turns back on? Now you can with Satco's LED lamp with battery backup. Stop by Sunflower Electric in Hutchinson, Great Bend, or Liberal to get yours. It can be used for up to 5 hours in a power outage and can even be used as a flashlight. This bulb works in any regular table lamp while easily charging during regular use. No special installation needed, just $15.95 only at Sunflower Electric Supply. Come see us today.
It is time to help the average taxpayer with sensible tax relief. Hi, I'm Lynette Krieger-Zook, and I'm running for House District 104 to prioritize working families, small businesses, and seniors with tax relief.
Paid for by Lynette for Kansas, Samantha Neal, Treasurer.
At Midway Motors, we are here for you for every mile of life. Whether you're shopping for a new or used vehicle or selling one, Midway Motors will buy your vehicle even if you're not in the market to buy one of ours. Just stop by one of our 5 locations, and one of our appraisers will evaluate your vehicle, and you can leave with a check the same day. It's fast and easy. Visit MidwayMotors.com for more information. Midway Motors, for every mile of life.
Well, back here at our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report, and time to take a few moments to talk to our superintendent of schools, Cindy Couchman. Mrs. Couchman, thank you so much for some time.
Absolutely. Glad to be here.
Yeah, just wanted to take an opportunity maybe to highlight some of the things that are happening in the district, starting with some recent expansion, obviously, a new building for our Ad Astra Academies, and then recently did a ribbon cutting on 2 new childcare facilities as well.
Yes, it's an exciting time right now. Both facilities are up and running with kids in them. Both daycares and Ad Astra Academies, of course, has had students in there since the beginning of school. And Ad Astra Academy serves our virtual students and our alternative students, along with adult learners. So if you're an adult learner wanting to get a high school diploma, you can go through Ad Astra Academy. And it's a great facility. Worked with Simpson Construction and Landmark Architects to get that completed on time, and it's great. Along with, the ability to serve our community with daycare options. And daycare and housing, I think, are 2 of the biggest needs in our community right now. And as a service to our community, we want to make sure that we are, contributing in a positive way to the communities around us. And one of those ways is to open these 2 daycares, one in Buhler and one in Hutchinson. So we have Buhler Beginnings and Crusader Corner Daycare.
That's been a recognized need for a long time. A lot of collaboration at the local and state levels to make that happen, not only for our communities, but I know for other communities as well.
Absolutely. We're very thankful for the Reno County Child Care Task Force, who kind of led that whole energy of application for the grant and helped fund our daycare and continues the ARPA money and continues to help fund and take up the cost of running a daycare. People don't open a daycare to make lots and lots of money. So we are just hoping to break even on the venture and serve our community. We've got great staff that we've hired. We hope that if you're looking for daycare that you would consider us because we're very proud of the people that we've employed and the facilities that they're working in.
And I know you talked a little bit about the Academies building, but for a while now, that's kind of been crammed into the district offices. And so what a neat opportunity for those kids and that staff to have that brand new space.
It is. And I will say that we also, when we opened up this new space, we're able to expand opportunities for our alternative school in grades 7 and 8. It's the only grades that you can, by the state, legally allow an alternative school to be open, and it's grades 7 through 12. And so now that's where we are now servicing all of those students from 7 through 12. And they have the 7 and 8 in one section of the building and 9 through 12 in another section of the building. And they have great opportunities. They do field trips. They do have quite a bit of online learning, but they do a lot of hands-on activities, a lot of art, they go outside still, get fresh air. So all the things that you would see in our typical brick and mortar building are happening at Astra Academies, and just great opportunities. Meeting the kids where they are and meeting their needs is what we're trying to do, no matter what student age you are and what your ability is. We want to meet you where you are and grow you.
I know you guys also recently facilitated a survey to the community, just analyzing future needs and what things are important to our families. And if you've had a chance to look at that data, it'll be really exciting to see where that goes in the future. Yes,
we did we're recreating our strategic plan, revisiting it. We try to do that every 5 years, and it was time to do that. And so our strategic plan, I'm very thankful for our community. We had over 1,100 responses on our community survey on what their priorities in our community are. And it's great timing because, the Hutchinson Community Foundation is also doing some surveys with Love Where You Live. And it's perfect timing because I'm going to be attending a couple of those meetings in Buhler. And so I can hear what the community is thinking of what they want for their community, also what we want for our school system. And, that's a very symbiotic relationship. If Buhler is successful and Hutchinson's successful, our schools are successful, and vice versa. If our schools are successful, our communities are successful. Absolutely. And so it's perfect timing to kind of embed those two surveys together and look at it from, the 20,000-foot view. Yeah. Right now, Aaron, and you were so vital, and you've been helpful with that. You've got a 20,000-foot view because you have kids in our district, and you cover our sports, and you have a wife who teaches for us, and so you have that 20,000-foot view in many levels that even I don't have. But yeah, our three areas right now that are looking at our student success, culture, and operations and resources, and then also community engagement. And so how can we embed community engagement into all three of those other categories? Still working through it. Hopefully in another month, we'll be able to share it out to our community more in a final product form. Yeah, I think it's always exciting to look at what could be and where we need to update things, and certainly very proud of the support that our community gives to our schools. And at the end of the day, as we talk about what's happening, I always love to highlight the achievements and accomplishments of our kiddos, whether it be in academics or sports. We have so much going for us, so many good things happening now. Well, I'm sure you're going to talk a little bit about it more, but, golf just finished up, and our girls' golf team placed 5th at state. Our band placed 4th at the Kansas Bandmasters Association, the Marching Festival, and the band is fantastic. And if you have kids in band out there, if you're a band alumni, the commitment that it takes, the dedication and the pride that surrounds that program. And, it starts with people, and we hire the right people. We give them a lot of autonomy to build the program. And that's what it's about, whether it's our coaches, whether it's our teachers, whether it's our activity sponsors. FFA is right now at nationals. We've got kids going and representing Buhler schools and our Buhler community in such positive ways. And we're very proud of them. Absolutely. Well, we look forward to the future and what's to come, and appreciate your leadership and everybody there at the district office for the things that you guys do. And thank you again for some time. Thank you, Aaron. That's our Superintendent of Schools, Cindy Couchman, and we'll be back with more of our halftime right after this.
More of the Prairie Bank of Kansas Halftime Report is coming up after this. Find exclusive stories highlighting Crusader athletics at AdAstraRadio.com. 95.9 HKFM. The Buhler Crusaders play here.
This message brought to you by your friends at Red Rock Auto Center in South Hutchinson. Many of us have lived in the same place for years, and yet we don't even know our neighbors. Make the first move and get to know your neighbors. Invite them for a cup of coffee, listen to their story, and take the time to get to know them. For all your service needs, you can find Red Rock Auto Center at 200 North Main Street in South Hutchinson, or visit us at redrockautocenter.com. Red Rock Auto Center. We're here when you need us.
Are you looking for a place that provides excellent care for you or a loved one? Pleasant Hills of Hutchinson is a beautiful Home Plus that provides all levels of care. With the Home Plus, you get more individualized care with the comforts of home. The private bedrooms and bathrooms are large and include walk-in closets and showers. In addition, there are many shared common spaces, and the outdoor patios are great for viewing wildlife. Go to pleasant-hills.com to discover the Home Plus Advantage or call for a tour today.
Got a tough to-do list? Tackle it with an even tougher Can-Am Defender. Agri Center has just the one for you. This capable and clever side-by-side for work gets the job done. With a class-leading 69 foot-pounds of torque and up to 2,500 pounds towing capacity. Come see us in Hutchinson and Salina to learn more about the 2025 Can-Am Defender HD10. No matter the task, no matter the terrain, you can rely on the Can-Am Defender. So head on down to Agri Center, just named 2023 National Dealer of the Year in Hutchinson and Salina.
Welcome to a new era of women's health in Hutchinson. Meet Dr. Doug Moore, Hutchinson's newest OBGYN, committed to delivering personalized and comprehensive care for women at every stage of life. Dr. Moore's mission is to provide each woman with the attention and care that they deserve.
I'm Dr. Moore, OBGYN, and I look forward to building relationships with patients and educating them to be comfortable in the healthcare decisions through every stage of life.
Discover more about Dr. Moore at hutchregional.com or call to schedule your appointment today.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, back here on our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report, our coverage of Crusader football from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth tonight, brought to you by Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, by Wade Patent Insurance, Agri Center by Hutchrec, and by Hutchinson Community College. A little bit of our award-winning Crusader marching band as we come out of break here at halftime. 21-14, Crusaders lead it here at the half in a back-and-forth game. Each time that Buhler has scored, McPherson has had an answer. Started with that fantastic pick by Mitchell McDaniel on McPherson's first play of the game. And Buhler went right down the field, punched it in. They've punched it in 2 more times since then. Christopher, their last 2 drives, 74 and 76 yards. So they've been able to methodically move the ball down the field. And I thought Brendan, maybe the best he's looked all year in deciding where to throw the ball on that last series, the last drive for a touchdown.
Yeah, no, Brendan has done a really good job of just spreading the field, involving multiple receivers. Sometimes in the high school ranks, a high school quarterback will really kind of lock on to 1 or 2 receivers and just pretty much put it in their hands rather than who's open. And Brendan Scripsey has done a great job of moving the ball around and hitting the open receivers. And also, when it's needed to scramble, a couple of scrambles didn't work out so well, but they're late in the second half or second quarter, he had some really nice scrambles.
And defensively, holding their own against this McPherson offense, really it comes down to Max not really, like we've seen all year, been able to consistently run the ball. It comes down to limiting those big plays.
Yep, and Buhler going a lot of man-to-man coverage, a lot of times with just one high safety. So if McPherson throws to the one receiver side, they're really, truly getting man-to-man coverage. And so it's just a matter of if Buhler can match the physicality in that one-on-one and also trying to just avoid that separation and not letting those McPherson receivers get behind us.
I know they like to get a little more pressure on the quarterback, too.
No doubt, because if we can make Carter Allen early in the game when he threw that pick, he had defenders in his face. The more uncomfortable he is, the better off Buhler's going to be.
All right, 21-14 at the half. Buhler won the turnover battle, 1-0 in the first half. And we'll take a look at our first half stats. Andrew Epp with the fastest 2 minutes in football.
Yes, sir. You mentioned that McPherson threw the 1 interception. That's the only turnover of the game. But Buhler did have the muffed punt on the snap, which resulted in a turnover on downs. So it's almost even in the turnover category there. Score 21-14. Buhler has the lead. They're outgaining McPherson 220 total yards to 109. They're doubling them up almost on the number of snaps. Buhler has 36, Mac 17. Buhler has 11 first downs, McPherson just 5. Crusaders 4 for 8 on third down conversions. McPherson just 1 for 3. 0 for 1 for Mac on fourth downs. Buhler is 2 for 2 if you don't count that muffed punt. Penalties, just 1 in the first half. Buhler, 1 penalty for 10 yards. So in the rushing category, McPherson, catch Delaney, number 38. 2 carries for 22 yards. He's their leading rusher. McPherson just 9 attempts for 27 yards on the ground. Buhler, Brendan Skripsick, 5 carries for 9 yards. Dylan Skripsick did not get a carry. Nick Gazaway, 4 for 13 with a touchdown. Mitchell McDaniel, 14 carries for just 42 yards and 1 touchdown. Max Harmony had a carry for 19 as well. Through the air, McPherson, Carter Allen, 4 for 8 for 82 yards. 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Ashton Malm, 2 catches for 55 yards. And Bishop Brown, 2 catches for 27 yards, including a touchdown. McPherson, 8 attempts through the air for 82 yards. I forgot to mention Buhler on the ground total, 25 attempts for 80 yards. And then through the air for the Crusaders, Brendan Skripsick, his best first half through the air on the season, I believe. 7 for 11, 140 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks. Hit 5 different receivers on his 7 completions, and that's 20 yards per completion for Brendan. Cash Carson, 2 catches for 41 yards. Quentin Pisano, 2 catches for 20, including a 4-yard touchdown. Jacob Miller had a catch for 40 yards. Mitchell McDaniel, a catch for 21. And Jared Miller got a catch for 18 yards. Defensively for the Crusaders, 4 tackles for Will Hainan, including a tackle for a loss. Jacob Miller, 2 tackles, including 1 for a loss. Cruz Hirschberger had a tackle for a loss. Cash Carson, 2 tackles, a quarterback hurry, and a pass breakup. Jared Miller, 2 tackles and a pass breakup, and Mitchell McDaniel with 1 tackle, the pass breakup, which was a one-handed interception on the first snap for McPherson. Your score at halftime, Buhler 21, McPherson 14. And each team has alternated in scores, so it's McPherson's turn, but Buhler gets the ball to start the half.
Second half next on HKFM.
The name Johnson Sheet Metal does not sound like a heating and air conditioning company, but Johnson Sheet Metal has been taking care of your comfort needs for over 100 years. Hi, this is Sarah Johnson, and through 4 generations, my family has specialized in the Lennox brand, but we service other makes and models as well. Today, we are still servicing and installing heating and air conditioning systems in Hutchinson and Reno County. Give Johnson Sheet Metal a call today at 620-662-0224.
95.9 HKFM.
Set for second half action here from Crusader Stadium. Buhler will have the ball to start the second half, leading 21-14. Some other Buhler Dental Care halftime scores that affected the 4A West. Mulvane and Winfield tied at 14 at halftime. Rose Hill leading Independence 20-16. And Wamego up 21-0 over Abilene. At the half, Wamego looks like they will capture the number 1 seed in the West. Mulvane has the 2 seed. They need to beat Winfield to hold on to it. If they lose to Winfield tonight, they could potentially fall to the 5, and Buhler would move up to the 4 if the Crusaders can come away with a win in this key matchup with McPherson. McPherson set to kick off second half. Here we go. Here in the West, Chris Shagg, Matt Atherton from Buhler. And the return man tripping up at the 20-yard line. Pisano really all by himself. Tried to plant to take off and just lost his footing and went down at the 20.
Well, you know, sometimes on these nights where it gets cool in the fall, for whatever reason, the turf kind of feels slick, and Pisano just kind of lost his footing there. But still not bad field position for Buhler as they're outside of the 20.
Guys, I did just talk to Doc Lackey. Mitchell McDaniel is A-OK back in the game, and other than feeling a little sore in the morning, I think in good shape.
Fantastic.
Coach Warner said we may see some more of the double tight look here in the second half, and they go right to it out of the locker room. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Out of the I formation to the ground, and McDaniel and finds a hole along the right side. across the 30. They'll mark him down right at the 30, enough for a First National Bank first down in a gain of 10, and it was that double tight look that got them going in the second half last week.
And that was the thing of beauty that time, is one of the high safeties, Alec Harms, making the tackle. When the opponent's safeties are making tackles in the run game, that's a good sign for the Buhler front five.
Second down and 10, just underway, 21-14 in the third quarter. Buhler going right to left from the 30-yard line. They stay in the eye, single tight end this time, and they pound it ahead. And a short gain for McDaniel.
But move those chains.
So that was second and short. They did not get enough of the first down on that last play. They will get it this time forward to the 32, and that will be a first down.
Good start to this third quarter. Let's see if the Buhler Crusaders can put together a long scoring drive here.
First and 10 from the 31. Out of the eye again, back to two tight ends. Back to the ground with McDaniel running inside. And good pursuit that time by McPherson. The front seven of Mac has always been as good as any front seven we play at any point in the year.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. Cody Stufflebean starting for K-State. He played 3 or 4 years starting for McPherson High, and he's just been one of the long cast of characters that McPherson's had up on that front. They run that 4-2-5, so it's traditionally those front four guys, but big, fast, and quick have been with those D-line.
Dylan Skripczyk into the game at tailback.
Second down and 10 here from close to the 32. We're going to put Brendan out of the gun with his brother Dylan to his right. Three bunch to the left. It's Pisano in motion. Did a flag come out? Pisano's got the edge into MAC territory. 40 and down inside the 35. I don't see a marker. Pisano, one of those receivers in the bunch, coming right to left in that sweep. Got the toss from Skripczyk and gets deep down the field in McPherson territory all the way to the 35.
Some nice misdirection that time as Skripczyk rolled to his right and then just a little push pass forward. It actually will count as a pass because it was a forward toss. Pisano catches it, takes around the left end, and gets into McPherson territory. Great play call as Buhler now knocking on the red zone door.
Goes for 33 yards and a first down from the McPherson 35 out of the I formation. This is Dylan Skripczyk now in at running back and gets 2 yards forward before he is stopped to the 33.
And Skripczyk hit the hole with a lot of speed, but then once he ran into the McPherson defenders, they really kind of tossed him backwards. They'll give him that forward progress 2 yards forward.
Well, so far in this game, it's been the passing game that's really gotten the heavy lifting done for the Crusaders. Different than they've done all year. Big second down and 8 here from the 33 in McPherson territory, going right to left. They'll stay in the eye. And a little play action now. Brendan's going to keep it and gets about a yard up to the 32. It'll be third down at about 7.
Not much there for Skripczyk. He tried to kind of cut back to his right, but the McPherson interior D lineman really collapsing around him. So Buhler with the third and long try here. Under a minute and a half to go, or 8.5 to go in the third.
Out of the eye, Pisano and Carson are the receivers on third and 7. They'll take the snap as play on the play clock expires, and there's a pick. A flag comes out. The return up the field by Richardson to the Buhler 30.
We're going to have to pray it's
but there is a flag back at the 25.
That's going to be defensive pass interference.
They hit Cash Carson a little early, so thankfully it's going to wipe that INT off the board.
Carson in double coverage at the 25, where Brendan tried to throw it here on the Buhler sideline. Got hit early, and Richardson picked it off, but I think they're going to wipe that off the board. We hope so. It is a defensive pass interference, and that is just McPherson's first penalty of this game.
Holy smokes, and a big penalty because not only does Buhler keep possession, but we get a first down out of it. And so great turn of events. But, yeah, Cash Carson, they hit him early. And what a nice turn for Buhler.
Cash does such a good job of putting his ball between the body and the defender, or between the defender and the quarterback. He makes it to where the defender has to come through his body. He just can't get around him.
We'll move the ball down to the 17 into the McPherson red zone, and a First National Bank first down, left hash mark of the 17-yard line. 8:08 to go in the third. 21-14 Crusaders out of the I formation, and Brendan back to pass. Throws the fade route to the far side, and incomplete. Looking for Pisano in the end zone. It'll be second down and 10.
I think Pisano got a little twisted up with the corner there on the far side for McPherson. That was Bishop Brown, who's done some damage for them offensively, but Pisano just couldn't quite work his way back to where the football was at near the goal line.
Mitchell McDaniel over on the sideline, standing off on his own. Dylan Skripsik in it, tailback. Nick Gazaway, the fullback, on 2nd and 10 from the 17. They stay in the I. Brennan will take the snap from senior center Tanner Brown and pitches it to Dylan Skripsik. Skripsik trying to get to the edge, and he'll be wrestled down.
Going to be a loss of a couple there. They ran the belly option that time. And
I think I would have given it to the fullback.
Yeah, Gazaway had fought his way forward and faked me out that time, but they went, pulled it, then got the pitch out to Dylan Skripsik, but
lost yardage, lost a yard back to the 18. Those long developing plays to the outside against this defense are just tough.
Yeah, Mac has got too much speed on the defensive side.
So 3rd and 11 here. They go with two receivers to the left. They stay in the I. And Brendan wants to throw on 3rd down, wants to go to his tight end, who's being held in the end zone. I'm not so sure that wasn't a penalty. Ball batted down by a defensive back, incomplete, and it's 4th down. Jacob Miller.
Buhler's going to try for the field goal here, guys.
Was being held in the end zone. So the Crusaders are going to go for the 3. They are 0 for 2 on field goals this year. Last year in the regular season, Buhler had a chance to win the game on a field goal that was blocked by McPherson.
It's going to be a 35-yard field goal with the ball being on the far hash right at the 25-yard line.
35-yard field goal attempt from the 25. Far side hash mark out of the hold of Carter Jones. The ball is down. The kick is up. It's got the distance. And it is no good. Wide right. And we stay at 21-14. McPherson will take over from the 25 with 7:41 to go in the game. Well, really, the bottom line and all that, it had the distance. Just missed going through. You can't get behind on down and distance. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, and I'd love to see a replay on that field goal. I couldn't see which side we missed on, but, yeah, like you said, had plenty of leg. But tough break for Buhler.
Well, McPherson gets the ball back with 7:41 to play here in the third. And the line of scrimmage will be their own 20-yard line. Buhler with 80 yards down to the 20, but couldn't get any farther. Carter Allen will have it out of the shotgun. Dane Becker is in there to his right at running back. 4 wide receiver look, and Allen throws it near side in the slot. And tackled immediately for no gain is the receiver over there at the 20-yard line. That is Malm on the far side. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
That time Buhler going with 2 high safeties, and they try to throw the little underneath route, but good job there on the far side by our corner. Doing a great job of getting contact and holding him for no gain after the catch.
2nd and a long 10 here. 2 receivers right, single receiver to the far side. They're going to put it on the ground, and that's not going to work. Black Knights eat that up.
Cruz Hirschberger, great pressure.
Becker gets dropped for a loss of 2 back to the 18, and McPherson's facing a 3rd and long here.
Cruz came up, forced the running back inside. Becker, there was nowhere for him to go. What a great job of being gap sound on that Buhler front 7.
Well, 3rd and 13 here. Got to watch out for number 25. Malm is going to be four wide receivers all split to the far side and then movement up front.
All sorts of movement. McPherson had 3 backs in the backfield around Carter Allen. Then they had him shift out to the near side. Then some linemen left early, so a great break. That makes it even third and longer for McPherson here.
False start, second penalty on McPherson in the game. Second in this quarter. And that moves the ball back to the 13.
The line to gain, clear out at the 30-yard line. See if the Black Knights can get the stop here.
Again, where is number 25? He's going to be split. Who is that covering him? Far side one-on-one.
Jared Miller.
Miller's got Malm one-on-one. Allen looking that way all the way. Throws it long, and it is tipped high and incomplete. Good coverage downfield, and a flag comes out after the play.
They got their feet tangled up. It was a double move. Jared got his feet tangled up with Malm.
A late flag. Well, there was no doubt where Allen was going with it from the moment he snapped the football. He never looked anywhere else.
Tough break for the Crusaders. We let him out of jail there.
Now, it's not an automatic first down, just a 15-yarder, but they were so long, it's going to be third and short.
And it looks like Mac's going to go for it.
So Buhler's second penalty. It's going to be third and about 3 here. Allen will be out of the gun. 2 receivers far side, single receiver to the near side. Down to 5:59 to play in the third. 21-14 Crusaders. Dane Becker is in there. To the right of the quarterback is the running back. Allen will take the snap. Pressured as he heaves it downfield and dropped it incomplete. Good coverage. No flag. Great job by Pisano as he met the intended target over the middle. That is Bishop Brown at the perfect time. Incomplete. It's fourth down.
Great physical play made there by Pisano, knocking the ball loose right as it arrived. And the Crusader Black Knight defense is going to hold on by the skin of their teeth to force the punt here.
Risky area to try and go for it deep in your opponent's territory. High snap. Punter's got it. He'll boot it away. It's a lone line drive taken at the Buhler 45 and return to the 49. Crusaders are going to have pretty decent field position here.
Brock Richardson, the punter that time, he had to climb the ladder. I mean, he had to climb scaffolding to get that snap. It was super high, but he was able to catch it high and get the punt away. Nice job by Jeremy Gentry Jr., as he's done all season long, fielding those punts. And so Buhler's going to have good field position here after both teams trade scoreless possessions.
They're going to have it from their own 48. Got down to the 20 last time and then got behind on down and distance. 5:43 to go in the game. Out of the I formation, third quarter here, 21-14. This is the fullback with a handoff on first down. And Nick Gazaway fighting for yards. And gets forward for 2 to the 50. And that is it. It'll be second down and 8. Running yards have been hard to come by here in this third quarter.
Yeah, both these teams really trying to win the quarter. And both teams very physical. When you're on offense, you're having to really grind out every last penny, as these teams both tackle really well and are big physical hitters.
Ken Dylan Skripsik has taken over at tailback here. Second down and 8. 2 tight end look out of the eye. And this is Dylan on the carry. Has some room. Breaks out of an initial tackle and gets up to the 45. So he gains 5 yards. And that's going to set up third down and 3.
Looks like there's a downed bullpup.
Got an injured bullpup over on the far side at the 45 in front of the McPherson sideline. Crusader football brought to you in part by the Bakery House and Catering Company, by Blue Stem Pace, Service Plus Electrical, by Glenn's Bulk Food Shop and Gospel Bookstore, and by Prairie Star Health Center. Our injury timeouts this year brought to you by Pile Law. If you have been injured at work or in a motor vehicle accident, call Pile Law 241-9000. Tom works to get you the coverage you deserve. Injury timeout, and back after this on HKFM.
The experienced team at Pyle Law is located at 705 West Kansas Avenue in McPherson and is ready to assist you with every aspect of your personal injury case. Tom and his staff have over 25 years of experience and work diligently to fight for the compensation you deserve. If you've been hurt at work or in a car or motorcycle wreck, call 620-241-9000 for a free consultation today. Evening and weekend appointments are available. Visit pylelaw.legal to find more information and rest assured you're moving in the right direction.
Injury timeout and an update on our sideline. We don't believe that Mitchell McDaniel is going to return tonight.
And the injured bullpup on the far side, it's Alex Stout, their nickelback. Alex Stout, and with the 4-2-5, that nickelback, a very important position as they move him all over the field. So it'll be interesting to see who they go to. He's a senior, had 32 tackles on the season coming into tonight. So one of the leading tacklers on this defense for McPherson. Actually, he third leading tackler on this defense for Mac.
Well, a big third down and about 3 coming up here. 4:50 to go in the third quarter. Still 21-14. Each team has had a possession in the third quarter and not been able to score. Buhler now on their second. They'll stay with 2 tight ends on a 3rd down and 3. Brendan rolling out to his left to throw. And he finds the tight end, Jacob Miller, on the near side. He's had a couple of huge catches. Great block on the edge to the 15, 10, 5 in that end zone. Touchdown, Crusaders.
What a run there by Jacob Miller, and what a block by Cash Carson, the very last defender for McPherson that had a chance to make a play. Got hit cleanly by Cash Carson, and that was able to spring Jacob Miller for the touchdown.
Second huge catch of the night by Jacob. He had one big one in the first half. That was our Happy Egg Company excellent play of the game. This one's pretty excellent, too.
Give him 2 eggs tonight.
Jacob Miller, his second catch of the game, 3rd touchdown of the season. His longest catch of the season goes for 45 yards. And Jared Miller will punch it through. 4:22 to go in the third, and a 2-score lead. 28-14 Crusaders. From the Allen Samuels broadcast booth, Crusader football on HKFM.
Neufeld Flooring, proud supporter of Buhler High School activities. We're your experts for all your floor covering needs. Please make an appointment to visit us at 110 West 2nd, downtown Buhler, or give us a call at 620-543-2274. Go Crusaders!
Max out on the nostalgia with a caramel apple smoothie from your locally owned Scooters Coffee. Crisp, tart green apple with decadent caramel topped with whipped cream and caramel drizzle. Scooters Coffee, amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Scooters Coffee in Hutchinson, McPherson, and Salina.
Hi, this is Mamie Coldren with the Buhler Booster Club. The Booster Club supports all student activities and athletics at Buhler High School. Be sure to follow the Crusader Closet and Booster Club on Facebook for events and new Crusader apparel arrivals. We are excited to be able to accept credit card payments at our concession stands this year. Buhler Booster Club is grateful for the continued support from our generous donors.
Hi, it's Aaron West, voice of the Crusaders. Ad Astra Radio is a proud Buhler Booster Club member.
95.9 HKFM.
Buhler set to kick off after a 3-play drive, goes 52 yards, a 45-yard touchdown pass to the tight end, Jacob Miller, on 3rd down. Jakey, his second big catch of the night, and now Jared Miller booms it away back to the 3-yard line. These returners from McPherson have got some speed. This is Becker on the return and gets up to near the 22. Now, I'll say this about Mac. They have come back from behind a lot this year. So
yes,
you hold your breath until there are zeros at the end of this fourth quarter.
You aren't a kid. I mean, you think about all season long, we watch the other league scores. There's been countless nights this year where, Mac's back, they're down big, and then those scores start trickling in. Holy cow, they storm their way back. And Mac has been in quite a few close games this year and been able to win most of them.
From their own 23, 1st and 10, they're going to pound away here on this first play of the drive at the line of scrimmage out of the spread look. And they go back to the bigger, taller back and catch Delaney. Delaney hasn't really been back there much tonight. He got a few totes in the first half. 6 foot 207.
And anytime you got a running back that's over 200 pounds at the high school level, that's a big kid.
Really runs high, too. Gets to the 26 in a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7. Clock running inside 3.5 minutes to go in the quarter. Play action. Allen to throw with pressure in his face. He's got a receiver over the middle. That is Delaney, who catches it. Tackled by Will Haynen, but not before he gets to the 45 and a 1st down.
Did a little boot action that time. They faked a running play to the left. He rolled to his right, was able to catch the Buhler D-line off guard ever so slightly to give him some time to get the ball out.
1st and 10 from their own 45 now. Allen stays out of the gun. 2 receivers left. One, make that 2 receivers to the right side. And they'll hand it off. Decent run. Talked about how high Delaney runs. You can't tackle him high. Gets into Buhler territory and up to the 48.
And he's one of those running backs, too. When you tackle him, usually go for a ride. He keeps his feet really moving quick as he's taking the handoffs and getting through the line of scrimmage.
Well, every time Buhler has scored tonight, McPherson has seemingly had an answer. This would be a huge time for the Black Knights to get a stop.
And McPherson with its 2nd and short, this is kind of a golden opportunity for them to maybe take a deep crack here. If you're a secondary member of Buhler's, you got to be ready here.
Trips to the right side. And now they're going to split Delaney out to the left. Empty backfield. Hit as he throws and overthrown. Malm, no chance at that, about 5 yards ahead of him. And unfortunately for Allen, he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He had all kinds of pressure in the backfield, and it's 3rd down.
Great job that time by Gotti. He made sure he did not get behind him. And so now 3rd. This is one of those situations that Mac might even try to go long again because they're in a very 4th and convertible situation.
They're down in 3, 2 receivers right, 2 left. Down to 17 in the play clock, 2:19 left in the 3rd quarter. 28-14 Crusaders, and Delaney will get the call. He's going to be stopped shy of the 1st down, and it's going to be 4th down and decision time for Coach Pav as it's 4th and 2.
It is go city go here for McPherson. I would be shocked if they punted this.
Although it was right in this spot earlier in the game where they went for it and Buhler defense held.
You know, one thing I've noticed tonight, Allen, the quarterback, has not scrambled at all.
Yeah. He is very stationary, other than like a couple pass plays ago where he rolled to the edge of the pocket. Yeah, you said it. He has not carried the football, I really think, at all.
Set up to go for it on 4th and 2 with trips right. Running back to the right of the quarterback. Allen wants to throw. Pressure being chased out of the pocket. Is going to heave it up the field. It's picked off. Picked off at the 40-yard line. 2nd turnover of the night. And taken away by the senior, Will Haynen.
Only the 3rd interception of the season for Carter Allen. He came into tonight having slung it around the field 162 times. Only 1 pick. He's had 2 this evening. Great job by the Black Knights. Those 2 interceptions are going to be in the back of his head the rest of the evening.
Buhler from their own 40. Well, I sent it to Will's dad tonight, and I've told Coach this before. I'd love to see Will get an opportunity to go play at the Shrine Bowl.
No doubt, no doubt. One of the senior leaders. This Black Knight defense has been one of the things that's really carried the water, and you can't get much more of a leader than the middle linebacker.
1st and 10 from the 40. Look at the fullback just pounding away. And that is Max Harmony, who's now in the game at fullback. From the 40, the line of scrimmage, up to the 48, a gain of 8 on 1st down.
Well, Harmony is one of those kids that anytime he touches it, he's electric. Good hard run that time by Max. Let's see, he'll probably get some more totes here as this game goes on.
Well, now if you're Coach Warner, up 2 scores with the ball, you're wanting to use as much clock as you absolutely can.
The Buhler offense is built for this. Running the football, grinding out drives, and churning up clock.
2nd down and 2, and a 2 tight end look. Single receiver to the far side. This is Dylan Skripsik trying to wait for the block to develop. Bounces to the outside. Has the 1st down. And driven out of bounds at the McPherson 46-yard line. Stops the clock with 35 ticks left in the quarter. And it's a First National Bank 1st down.
Great run that time by Skripsik. That was the first time he really got into some open space on the edge. And you can see why they've got the sophomore as the number 2 tailback for Buhler as he shows some explosiveness there on the edge.
Buhler going right to left here for the final 35 seconds of this third quarter. Right hash mark of the 46. It'll be first down and a straight ahead run. Boy, I love that look to the fullback and just let Max pound away forward to the 41. He gets 5 more yards on first down. That might be the final play of the third quarter.
Yeah, Buhler's not going to have to snap it here. And with us having the 2-score lead, I have a feeling that'll be the last snap of the third.
Use as much time as you can. How about our secondary coming up with 2 huge defensive plays tonight?
Done a great job getting those picks, and also hats off to the D-line as they've been speeding Carter Allen up this evening.
Third quarter comes to an end. Buhler will have it in MAC territory with a second down when we come back. 28-14 from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Even trying to enjoy a fun event can be difficult after the loss of a loved one. Unanswered questions, feelings of stress and grief are only natural. As the owner and director of Inman Funeral Home, I bring over 25 years of experience bringing comfort and empathy during time of loss. Rely on me to guide you through all aspects of planning a funeral service with compassion, dignity, and respect. I'm Athena Johnson with Inman Funeral Home. Find me at inmanfh.com.
Manufacturing facilities, warehouses, oil, fuel and water storage, grain elevators, product makers, rooftops, HVAC containment, refineries, garages, and more rely on the quality and integrity of WIFCO products. Go to WIFCOSP.com for more. WIFCO Steel Products, the experts in steel fabrication.
When disaster strikes your home or business, call your hometown team. Call Phoenix Restoration, Reno County's only locally owned fire and water restoration company. Check us out at phoenixrestorationandroofing.com. We'll help you rise again after your disaster.
95.9 HKFM.
2nd and 6, they'll give it back to the fullback in Harmony to start the fourth quarter. And McPherson able to snuff that out. And a loss of a yard on the play sets up a third down from the 42. First down stick up at the 36-yard line.
Clock continuing to melt away. A big thing on whether or not Buhler's going to be able to salt this game away is going to be how good we are here on these third down conversions here in this fourth quarter, keeping McPherson off the field.
Buhler will stay in the eye look. 2 receivers to the far side. And they'll line up in the eye now. Timeout called. Coach Steve Warner not happy with something. Calls the timeout, his first of the half. Crusader football brought to you by Anchor Inn, by H&R Block, by Sunflower Electric Supply, by Midway Motors, and by Pleasant View Home. I haven't had a lot of time to talk about our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard tonight. Did mention a very important score in the 4A West. Mulvane and Winfield tied at the half, 14-all.
Yeah, just looking at the other scores I've got are mostly from some of the other classifications, but schools we follow. Score at the half, Canton Galvin leading Gossel 8-0. Mound Ridge over Inman 7-0 at the end of 3. Halstead over Lyons 47-0 at the end of 3. Medicine Lodge over Elmwood 35-6 midway through the third. Pretty Prairie has been 45 by Attica Argonia tonight, 46-0. And Central Christian wins the District 1A division, or 8-man 2 District 5 title tonight over Norwich, 52-6.
Is there a bigger rivalry than that Mound Ridge Inman? They don't like each other.
No, that is, yeah, that's one of those games. That game typically is on the radio because we always try to put those rivalry games on. And
of course, back in the old days of the MKL, Buhler was right in there with those guys too.
Yes, Inman was a rival.
They're down in 6 here. They're going to keep it on the ground. Skripczyk to the left, breaks out of an initial tackle. It's going to be really close to a first down. Looks like he got it. Great second effort running left by Dylan Skripczyk, and a First National Bank first down to the 35. That is a huge run.
Effort got that first down for Dylan Skripczyk, and there's an injured bullpup down over there at the point of attack.
So we'll try and paint as good of picture as we can after the game of where we're going to be in the standings. Buhler will be home next week. They could be as high as 4, as low as 7. If they win tonight and Winfield wins, they'd be the 4 seed. And where that really comes into play is then not only you have that first game at home, but you could have a second game at home too.
Yep, and you want to be inside the comfy confines of Crusader Stadium as deep into November as we can get.
But I do really like where they're at right now on the opposite side of the bracket of Andover Central and Wichita Cape. I'd really like for those two to play and have one of them have to take the other one out. 1st and 10 from the 35, left to right. Here's Skripczyk. Great patience on that run across the 30 and to the 29-yard line. Good 6 yards on first down. Boy, you talk about Dillon, and we've mixed and matched running back so much this year, but Dillon's been asked to carry a lot just as a sophomore coming in with the injury to Ben, and he's a kid who's still learning, only going to get better.
No doubt, and really does such a nice job of taking care of the football. Good, and like you said, good vision that time on that first down carry. 2nd and 4, we'll take that all day long.
Buhler will come to the line. They're going to use every bit of this play clock that they can as the game clock goes inside 10 minutes. Here's the handoff to the fullback, running to the left side this time, and about a yard shy of the first down. The stick is at the 25. Looks like we're going to have 3rd down and 1 on that run by Max Harmony.
Good hard run there by Harmony, picking up 3 yards. A very, very, very manageable 3rd and 1. I'll take that all rest of this fourth quarter.
Jacob Miller rotating back in at that other tight end position. Hadn't been any bigger plays than the 2 catches he's made in this game.
No doubt, both those catches both going for scores, and that's why Buhler's lead is 2 scores this evening.
So 3rd and about yard to the 2 tight ends set out of the eye. Brendan under center. He'll take the snap. This is Skripczyk, the tailback, cutting inside, has a first down. Started left, cut back inside, got across the 20, and down to about the 18-yard line. It's another First National Bank first down.
One of my favorite things about watching Dylan Skripczyk run is how decisive he is. Once he picks the seam, he goes for it, and with reckless abandonment, and that's exactly what he did there on that 3rd down run.
Well, Mac has won 3 in a row and 9 of 10. They have dominated this series in the last 10 or so years. And, boy, home team would love one tonight. They're 8:31 away. They got to finish the deal, though, up 28-14. They stay with 2 tight ends on 1st and 10 back in the red zone. This is Dylan Skripczyk pushing off a tackler, trying to get to the edge. He almost got there, and then chased down from behind, and there'll be no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, McPherson did a really nice job. Skripczyk thought the hole was going to open out to the edge. As all the interior gaps were full, he started to keep chipping away to the edge, but McPherson great contained that time as they were able to hit him for a 1-yard loss.
They just do a good job of stringing you out, not letting you get upfield, and you get past one guy, and then there's another one.
Yeah, and that's because they are so quick on the defensive side. And, too, at that 4-2-5, there's lots of perimeter defenders for McPherson.
Loss of a yard to the 19. 2nd down and 11. Brendan fakes the pitch, and the triple option is going to keep it. Running around to the left side and gets to the 15. Not a bad gain. Gets 4 yards on the play. It's going to be 3rd down there. The first down stick up at about the 8. So they need about 7 yards here.
And one nice thing for Buhler, we are probably in 4-down territory here, so they don't have to get it all on this down, which opens up a lot of your play options.
7:09 to play in the game. 2nd down and about 7, 3rd down. Let's call it 7. Out of the I formation. They stay with two tight ends. And Brendan rolling out to his right. The throw being pursued from behind. He saw it too late. He saw it, and it was too late to do anything about it. Chased down from behind. And I think they're going to try a field goal again.
Correct.
From the 17 is where the line of scrimmage is going to be. It's a loss of 2. They're 0 for 3. Jared Miller had more than enough distance on that last kick. But just missed wide to the right. Let's see if he can punch in his first of the year.
And the tee is going to be right at the 24-yard line, so a 34-yard field goal try here for Mr. Miller.
This will be from the right hash mark, out of the hold of Carter Jones. Had the distance on the last one, but just missed it. Gets the hold down. The kick is up, and finally, no. Sorry, I thought that was going to go. I'm kind of like you, Chris. I think everyone's good until they say it's not.
I'm the same way.
So 2 missed field goals in this game. And there's still some
there's still hope in Puttville.
There's still some life in these bullpups as they'll get the ball back with 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And down to 2 scores from their own 20. I will say this. I think they have to score on this drive.
Yep, 6 minutes even left. The clock is definitely the Crusaders' friend.
Going to go with one back. It's Becker in the backfield to the right of Allen out of the gun. And they'll hand it off to Becker running to the right. And gets forward to the 24 and a gain of 4 on first down.
Hirschberger with the tackle there for Buhler. Nice roping up tackle there for Cruz.
They can't afford to run it very much, guys.
Well, it keeps the clock running. They still have all 3 timeouts.
Burning a lot of time.
Second down at about 7. Allen out of the gun. And now time called by Coach Pavlovich. A lot of confusion there out of that play. Is one thing McPherson does, they do a lot of movement before the snap, putting guys in different places. And while sometimes that can confuse the defense, sometimes it can confuse the offense.
As well as taking up time, like you mentioned, Matt. Every time that they run the play clock down to 15, 10 seconds, I mean, they are shortening this game to our favor.
Well, when you consider that the tackle happened inbound, so the game clock was running that whole time while they're trying to get set, and then they have to burn a timeout. Had they just taken the timeout after the tackle, they would have saved 20 seconds on the game clock. You never know, that could be a really important 20 seconds.
And that's really un-Pavlovich-like. I mean, his teams are usually pretty disciplined.
Yes, very organized and kind of a well-oiled machine.
They're going to have to, I'm sure they're coming out, McPherson's coming out with multiple plays ready to go in their 2-minute drill.
Down to 5:21 to go in the game, 28-14. Second and a long 6 from near the 25. Let's call it 2nd and 7. They're going to go with trips right, single receiver to the near side, empty backfield set. Allen will take the snap, throws it immediately, delivers it low. It is caught, but tackled immediately is the receiver, who is slow to get up at the 25-yard line.
And that's going to burn clock.
Yeah, clock's running.
The completion.
That is Bishop Brown on the catch and only gets a yard out of it.
So they started this possession with 6 minutes even. They've already taken a minute off the clock, and they're just a 3rd down. Not much urgency.
They're not in a hurry.
They're going to have to take a shot at some point, are they not, down the field? 3rd down and 6 here. Play clock is all the way down to 8. Allen to throw, and he does unload it to Malm, and Malm makes a brilliant catch over the middle. Good coverage there by Pisano. And then Malm just made a great catch. Gets up the field, tackled at the 40. It'll be 1st and 10 from there. There's a late flag down, and could it be?
I think it's roughing.
That'll be 15 yards onto the end. Boy, we didn't need that. That'll be just the 3rd penalty on the Crusaders tonight. And it'll march the ball all the way up to the 25.
And how quick things have changed. They're knocking on the door of the red zone here.
Well, even if they score, your defense now make them use as much time as you possibly can. Out of the gun, 1st and 10 from the Buhler 25. And they continue just to, I would be in more of a hurry-up mentality here, and they're not. They'll take the snap. They'll hand it off. Delaney on the ground. Gets tackled after a short gain on the right side of only 2 yards. And that burns more clock.
Cruz Hirschberger in on the stop, and I think there might be an injured bullpup.
It's Delaney.
Delaney kind of got tackled down around his ankles that time and went down tough.
I think he's just cramping up.
Clock stopped with 3:57 to go here in the game, 28-14. McPherson facing a 2nd down and 8 at the Buhler 23.
Got a Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update. The number 1 team in the West, Wamego, up on Abilene 41-0 at the end of 3. So I think we can kind of pencil in the Red Raiders of Wamego in that 1 spot in the West.
I'd say that's a safe bet.
So we'll continue trying to fill out this bracket kind of as these games go final. Try to figure out the Crusaders' path in the state playoffs.
2nd down and 8 here from the 23. First down stick up at the 15. Allen out of the gun. Running back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. He wants to throw that way. One-on-one coverage, and that should have been a push-off, and instead it's a touchdown. Bishop Brown pushed off of Jared Miller. I've seen that several times this year where they haven't called it. And it's touchdown McPherson, 3:43 to go in the game. These guys have been the heart attack comeback kids. That's why I said earlier, it is not over until it's over. And McPherson trying to make it a 1-score game with 3:43 left. And the kick is up and good. So 3 minutes and 43 seconds left here in the game. And McPherson is a score away from tying this up. 28-21 from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
This is Annette with Annette KF Insurance. Inflation is hitting us hard, so it's a good time to review the cost and coverage of your auto and homeowners insurance. As an independent agent, I represent Goodville Mutual and several other fine companies. Stop by Annette Epp Insurance in Hutchinson at 2500 North Main, Suite E, or call 620-662-4900.
Chances are you have a friend, neighbor, or family member that has been a victim of a financial scam. Hi, this is Misty, VP of Operations with Prairie Bank of Kansas. At Prairie Bank, we know how ruthless scammers can be. That's why we have local fraud prevention experts on staff devoted to keeping you and your money safe. Stop by and see us at our Stafford, Buhler, Inman, or Hutchinson branches today, or check out prairiebankks.com. Member FDIC, Prairie Bank of Kansas, how banking should be.
95.9 HKFM.
Well, the last 3:43 of this game are going to be super intense. We're thinking that Mack is going to go for the onside here. Or are they going to fake him out and go deep anyway?
Only 1 Crusader back deep.
That's Pisano inside the 20. Touchdown pass to Brown, 23 yards, 3:43 to go in the game.
McPherson has a freshman kicker out there in Jackson Hoover.
And they are going to go with the onsides. It is caught by Buhler. Buehler's going to catch it.
Will Haanen with the play. Holy smokes.
And Haanen at the 49. That's where Buhler will start. 3:41 to go in this game.
That's huge, guys, because obviously if McPherson recovers that, they've got the ball at midfield. Now Buehler's going to have the opportunity to try to be in control of this game with the possession of the football. What a great snag and drop there by Haanen.
So 3:41 left. We kind of talked about to get into that safe zone, they need to get about 2 minutes off the clock.
Yes, $140, $135. If you have a first down there and your opponent is out of timeouts, it's when you can go into victory.
1st and 10 from their own 49, up 28-21, 3:41 to go in the game. The 2 tight end looks. Grip under center. Gives it off to his brother Dylan. Following his blockers. Gets across the 50 into McPherson territory at the 49. A gain of 2. And he's drugged down from behind there. And looks like
Mac's going to burn their second timeout right there.
Mac is going to use their timeouts now. So down to just 1 left in the game. 3:34 to go. 2nd and 9 coming up for the Crusaders on HKFM.
This is Darren Eddy with Ag 360 Insurance in Inman. For years, we've been known for our great service with our ag customers. But did you know we can handle your family or small business insurance needs as well? We would love an opportunity to sit down and visit with you about what we can do for you. As an independent agency, we can shop different coverage options for you. Stop by our office on Old K61 in Inman or give Cody Moores or myself a call today at 620-585-2128 or check us out online at ag360insurance.com.
95.9 HKFM.
3:34 to go in the game. Mac now with just one timeout left. 2nd down and 8. They stay in the eye. They're going to pitch it left to Dylan Skripczyk. He's going to get to the edge this time across the 45 and out of bounds near the 40. Little Script may have just made his biggest run of the night.
And he dove down in bounds.
Yes, he stayed in bounds.
He's just enough to move the sticks at a First National Bank first down and a heads-up play to keep that clock moving.
No doubt Mac down to that one timeout left. Clock rolling now since he stayed in bounds.
He needed 8, he got 8.
And Buhler will snap it with probably about 2:45 left to go here.
Well, it is amazing how we have a packed stadium tonight. It's pretty quiet in this place right now.
Yeah, nobody's celebrating until this one's done.
1st and 10, Crusaders. They'll give it off to the fullback, and he'll be ridden down from behind across the 40.
Yeah, Jaron Stutzman with the big stick there, and McPherson just burned their final timeout.
Down to the 39, that is Gazaway. How about for these seniors who have played so many games in this uniform? And I know how much it means to them, and I've gotten to meet all these guys. They are just a great group of young men. Chance to beat McPherson in your final regular season home game. You don't need much more motivation than that.
No, last win was when all these guys were freshmen. So yeah, it's for the league title, for better seating, senior night, last regular season home game, you name it. And I'm super impressed. We've had a great crowd tonight, and been a great night for football and for Buhler. Hopefully, if we can get this thing across the line.
Coverage of Crusader football brought to you in part by the Hutchinson Zoo, by Hospice and Home Care Reno County, First Bank Kansas, by Scooters Coffee, and by McKenzie Paint and Body. Big weekend of football coming up, KU K-State. That's a night game in Manhattan. And speaking of rivalries, both teams will be up for that one.
No doubt. My daughter's down the way in the box. She's already been working on signs for that game.
2nd down and 8 here out of the timeout. This is Dillon running to the right side. He's going to be ridden down after a short gain. McPherson cannot stop the clock now.
Buhler will snap it around the 2-minute mark here for 3rd down.
Loss on the play. Back to the 42-yard line. They'll use every bit of this play clock they can. It'll go inside 2 minutes when they snap it. Are you keeping it on the ground? Do you risk a pass here?
Well, the dangerous thing about a pass is if there's an incompletion, it stops the clock. But I tell you what, Mac is only one pass play away from tying this thing up. So let's see if we can convert on 3rd here.
They stay in tight with 2 tight ends. They're going to give it to Dylan Skripczyk. And he is ridden down after a short gain. Up to the 41, he only gains 1, and then now it's 4th down.
Big play made by Brody Seidel. The clock, Buhler will either run the play off or call the timeout somewhere just a little bit above a minute.
I'm guessing, don't you punt here, get it down to about a minute 10, take a timeout, and then set up your punt team?
I think that's what the Black Knights are going to do. Oh, Nelly.
See if Brendan can't coffin him inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, it's oh, Nelly.
Now, a thing to think through, Mitchell McDaniel has been the long snapper. Mitchell's not coming back in the game. I think that leaves Lane Burkhart as the long snapper.
Important to note, minute 13 to go. McPherson cannot stop the clock.
But the scary thing with how good McPherson is through the air, it's going to be no holds bar, them swinging for the fences. Buhler could seal this thing if we somehow get a pick, but it's not. This thing isn't going to be done until the final gun.
Brendan has 8 punts inside the 20 this year. So he really good high kick here that gives your special teams guys a chance to get down the field and down it somewhere deep. This script will kick from about midfield.
Minute 13 left.
One score game, 28-21. It is Lane Burkhart who snaps it. Mitchell just does get it away and then kicks it. And it's going to roll down inside the 15. He kicked it to the far side of the field, away from the return man, and down at about the 14-yard line. 1:01 left.
Well, buckle your seatbelts, guys, because 1:01 left. And we know McPherson's going to be swinging for the fences here. That's how they've been able to score this evening on big pass plays.
From their own 14, 1st and 10. Empty backfield set. Allen out of the gun. 1:01 left, no timeouts. Throws near side. Malm gets hit inbounds.
Fantastic. Run that clock.
What a great tackle.
Hit shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. So only a gain of 5 at 2nd down. Clock continues to run, 38 seconds left. Allen being pressured, evades one tackler, and now another, throws it to the sideline. It is incomplete. Up at the 30, that will stop the clock. It's going to be 3rd down with 31 seconds to go.
And everybody in the crowd thought Carter Allen was going to get dropped for a sack, and a sack could be hugely detrimental to McPherson because that eats so much clock.
We haven't called Isaac Puala's name tonight. First time they've targeted him, he came in with 13 catches on the year, but couldn't come down with that one. 3rd down and 5, 31 seconds left.
Crowd on their feet, a flag out on Mack.
Flag comes out on the snap.
And it'll be a 10-second runoff since it was on the offensive team.
False start on the offense. That'll be Mack's 3rd penalty of the night. Get up, Black Knights. Let's finish this thing. By the way, if you've ever wondered why we call them the Black Knights, I would encourage you to Google search the legend of the Black Knights. It's a really cool story.
Yeah, one of our...
That is not a runoff, guys,
rats.
just to be clear.
So it is a 5-yard penalty, 3rd and 10 here with 31 seconds left. They'll throw it near side to Brown. He'll catch it near the 20. He's got the 1st down, but staying on his feet. Did the ball come out? Did the ball come out? And Buhler's got it. Buhler's got it. Yes! 3rd turnover of the night. Ball game with 20 seconds left.
That is just McPherson's 3rd fumble of the season that they've lost. Buhler +3 on the turnover margin tonight. The Black Knights find a way.
I will say this, and I know it's tough for Bishop Brown. At that point, you got to stop fighting for yards, don't you? I mean, all you're doing is burning clock.
Yep.
He was trying to get out of bounds.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who was it that recovered it down there, Matt? Could you see?
I think it was Jared Miller that ripped it out. It was hard for me to tell. It was just a scrum.
So Buhler now can go to the kneel formation from the McPherson 19 with 20 seconds left, and they're going to win it. 3 McPherson turnovers tonight. 3 more takeaways by the Black Knights. They now have 16 on the year, and they are +11 through 8 games, and the streak is over going back to 2021. Mack had won 3 in a row and 9 of 10, but on this senior night, in this Crusader Stadium, they will not win. Your final Buhler 28 and McPherson 21. And it had everything you could imagine in a rivalry game.
No doubt. A hard-fought game between two teams that, desperately wanted to win this game, and two teams that are going to be dangerous in the playoffs. And so for the regular season finale tonight, the team in black, white, and maroon's the one getting out of here with the win. And so now it's all about what happened elsewhere in the 4A West on who Buhler's opponent will be coming up on November 1st here at Crusader Stadium.
Buhler will be home next Friday night as they improve to 6-2, and they win the league title undefeated in AVCTL Division III play. 5-0 they finish. Mac falls to 4-4, and they will finish, depending on what happens with Mulvane tonight. Actually, Mulvane has the tiebreaker in that. So Mulvane will finish second in the league, and Mac will finish third.
Wow. And Mulvane, a team we saw clear back week one, gave them their only loss on the season. I know when we saw them, we talked extensively about how that Mulvane team was going to be somebody that was going to win a lot of games and be a playoff team, and they definitely have been doing so with their one loss coming into week 8.
You can celebrate tonight, Crusader Nation. Black Knights came up with some huge plays. Brendan Skripczyk came up with some huge throws when he had to. And total team effort tonight, good stuff.
Yes, tons of different Crusaders contributed on the offensive and defensive side, and just a good hard-fought win against a good opponent in the McPherson Bullpups.
28-21 is the final. We will open the 4A West playoffs here at home in Crusader Stadium next Friday night. Lots to do coming up in our Crusader locker room show.
Want to give this note too. It looks like Will Heenan was the Crusader that forced the fumble and then recovered that. So how poetic for the senior captain on senior night to get the forced fumble and the recovery. Second takeaway of the night for the senior Big 51.
He had the INT earlier in the game too. So 2 big takeaways. Mallory's got Mal's here with the big Will Heenan signs. So let's get that kid to the Shrine Bowl. Let's get him to the state title game first.
Yes, sir. That would help the case.
28-21 the final. Our post game next here on HKFM.
Crusader football continues next with the Crusader Locker Room Show. On the way, Aaron and Chris recap tonight's game, and we'll hear the post-game thoughts of head coach Steve Warner. Your home for the Buhler Crusaders is 95.9 HKFM.
Erickson Custom Building has a great plan and a budget suited for your needs. Erickson Custom Building provides quality craftsmanship and superior customer service. Call 620-585-2816 or visit EricksonCustomBLDG.com.
A lot has changed in the past 60-plus years, but Dick's Phillips 66 has been there through it all to keep you on the road. Hi, this is Janet Dick, inviting you to stop by our locally owned station on East 4th and Hutch. Every journey begins with a stop at Dick's Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens in Hutch.
Do you want to be represented in Topeka by someone who will listen? Hi, I'm Lynette Krieger-Zook, and I'm running for House District 104 to represent you. Your voice, your vote.
Paid for by Lynette for Kansas, Samantha Neal, Treasurer.
One of the most important elements of success is knowing when to expand and when to focus on strengthening what you have. At People's Bank and Trust, we've done just that over the years, ensuring that we always have a solid base to provide for our customers and our community. At People's Bank and Trust, we never promise more than we can deliver. And what we deliver is safe, sound, reliable banking that puts you first. Let us put our experience to work for you and your family. People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
When quality of care matters, let the compassionate and professional staff at Hospice and Home Care of Reno County serve you. We are committed to the well-being of our community because we are your neighbors and friends. We provide services such as home health, hospice, private duty, palliative care, and voice care. Count on us to provide your in-home health care services. Wherever you consider home, Hospice and Home Care of Reno County, your local not-for-profit agency serving a 50-mile radius of Hutchinson. We care how you live.
Crusader Crusader football on HKFM.
Nice.
We're back here on Crusader Locker Room show. As fans hanging around in the stands celebrating after a 28-21 win tonight. And it took everybody, a total team effort. But let's highlight some of the things our seniors did tonight. It started off with that incredible pick by Mitchell McDaniel on the first pass play of the game. Went up over Malm and just made an incredible play on the ball. Will Hainan had a second INT and then a fumble recovery. Those guys, and then Brendan Skripczyk, another senior, making some huge throws, particularly in that second quarter.
Yes.
When he had to.
Yes. No, tonight was one of those nights, lots of people contributing, and it got set, the table got set on that pick that McDaniel had on the very first offensive play. Just the second interception that Carter Allen has thrown all season long. And so for Carter Allen to have played 7 games, to have thrown the ball 160 some odd times, only 1 pick on the year, us taking away from him twice, you're taking away from a quarterback that knows what he's doing, is well handled, a good ball handler, and turning McPherson over 3 times. McPherson on the season was plus 9 on the year. So they were no slouch on turning over the football.
I feel like Aaron has said repeatedly, but they haven't played our defense, right? And I think that's the thing. To your point, Allen is not a kid that just throws when they're in trouble. They throw all the time.
Yes.
They're used to that. Their receivers know how to go up and fight for the ball. And it was a phenomenal one-handed play by Mitchell that just set the tone. Like, hey, you've played some decent teams, but you haven't played us.
Yep, and I think it really kind of helped knock them off the rails. Just kind of getting McPherson uncomfortable right out the gate.
I agree with you. Yeah, for sure.
Well, now we wait.
Yep. Okay, here we do. Okay.
Andover Central did win tonight.
Yes, I was going to say, just got that final from the Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update. Andover Central in the Battle of Andover, 31-13 over the Trojans.
Now we can't pencil them in until we know what. It all hinges on
Mulvane Winfield.
So
still trying to track that one down as this bracket really starts firming up.
There you go, brother, right there. From the voice of the Vikings.
Okay, so Winfield defeats Vegas tonight, 42-21. So that's just Mulvane's second loss. Mulvane had not lost since we beat him week 1.
But it will flop Mulvane and Buhler because Buhler beat them head-to-head.
Okay, and we know Wellington won big earlier today over El Dorado. So, Buhler gets all the way up to the 4 spot. So I'll start filling in this bracket.
That also moves
Andover for some home cooking.
That also moves Andover Central up to the 2.
Yep. So Mulvane, you said they would drop to the 5 now. Okay, so Mulvane goes 5.
Assuming Wellington wins, Wellington will be the 3.
Wellington did win. We know that for sure.
They'll be the 3. Buhler will be the 4. Mulvane will fall to the 5, yes.
And he said Andover Central will go to the 2?
Yes.
Okay, so that moves Andover Central to the opposite side of the bracket, which I'm going to tell you, you guys know from past experience, that is good. Andover Central is a good team, a perennial deep 4A team. And I tell you what, Wellington moving to the other side is a good thing too. Wellington, we've talked to a lot of folks down in Wellington. They've got a quarterback that can sling it all over the yard. That's a heck of a scrambler. And so those guys getting moved to the other side of the bracket sets up to where, one of the people on our side of the bracket, the biggest dog on our side, on the top side, is good old Wamega, which we know them, and we'll get to see them hopefully later this.
And we know we can play with them.
Bingo.
All right, we're going to try and get Coach connected here. Coach, if you can hear me, I'm going to have you hang up and call me right back so I can get this set up correctly. If you'll just call me right back, that'd be great. Thank you. I love it when he listens to me. All right, we got Coach Warner. Coach, first of all, Congratulations to your staff and your kids. Huge win on senior night, and you win the league title outright. Congratulations. Well, let's try that. Coach, can you hear us now? I'm not very good with technology. Coach, are you there?
Can you hear me?
All right, there we go.
I'm here. Yep, I'm here.
They don't pay me for my knowledge of technology, Coach.
I was breaking up a little bit.
I was saying congratulations to your kids and to your staff. Big win on senior night tonight against your rival, and it wins you the league title.
It does win us the league title outright, and I'm proud of our kids. Wow, what a game. We kept our composure, and the only regret I have is I wanted to get first down at the end of the game to kneel it. We gave it back to them. Script had a great punt, and I'm proud of them. Wow, what the effort, the heart, and just played their guts out.
The other thing I will tell you is Winfield blew out Mulvane tonight, and so that moves you guys up to the 4 seed, which means you're as long as you win, you can be home for the first 2 rounds. So that's
we're home. We got to win first, and then probably against Cape and Mount Carmel would be my guess.
Yeah, Mulvane would be your matchup in the second round if you get that far, probably. So
very good, very good. Yeah. Okay.
But, let's more about your team. It started off first play of the game, just an incredible play made on that INT by Mitchell.
Oh, unbelievable to start the game out that way, and just outstanding. And he was just crushed that he got hurt and couldn't play because he's just given so much, and he's had a great career for us. And he's just in tears most of the second half because he'll be fine, but just couldn't run. And he was limping. It's kind of like a hip pointer. But hats off to Dylan coming in and running hard, doing a great job. And our O-line I felt like we were very physical and we got after it. And very proud of a lot of things tonight. Defense, that's been our strong point. We knew that our offense would have to step up eventually, and scoring 28 points against a team like that. I'm proud of our kids.
2 huge catches in the game, one in the first half and one in the second half that went for that touchdown by Jacob Miller.
Just a great catch by him. We don't usually run that play out of double tight, so it gave us 2 options underneath. We could go short, and he was covered, and they know that play, and they covered that fullback ever since we ran it against them about 5 years ago. So I know they work on it a lot, but then we gave a little wrinkle to it, and Jacob was wide open. He breaks a couple tackles and goes and scores. Obviously, he can run, and he's very strong. So we want to get the ball in his hand as much as we can.
I told you I'm starting a campaign to get Will Hanen to the Shrine Bowl, just so you know. So,
well, I think you should. What an amazing player. Amazing player.
Had the pick, and then I believe he also had the strip at the end there that got you the ball back.
He definitely forced the fumble. I don't know who got the fumble recovery, but he definitely forced it, and just a great football player. And now he has to play offense. Logan broke his hand in the second quarter, I believe, and so hopefully we have good news. He can get that, get it fixed, get it cashed. You never know if he has to have pins, and that could be a different story. But then he has to play both ways for us, and he did it last week too in the second half. Will's given everything he has to this team.
Your kids really have had all year through some different things, had that next man up mentality that I love to see. When one guy's down, somebody has always come from, stepped up and picked them up, and that's been fun to watch.
It's been very fun to watch. It's happened at every position. We've had with us linebacker or whatever it was. Again, just the kids playing with a lot of heart and a lot of soul.
Well, congratulations again, Coach. I know this one means a lot for your team, and let's go win us some playoff games.
Without a doubt. Thank you very much, Aaron.
All right, Coach Steve Warner, obviously just super up and proud of his kids, and he mentioned it. Will Hanen has to come in and play tackle. Dylan Skripsik has to come in there late and play tailback with Mitchell out. That means somebody else has to step up in the secondary. I believe, Jared Miller had a big play in the secondary in the game.
Down to long snapping. Lane Burkhart had to come in and long snap late. I mean, that's one of those things, and you guys know, Matt, you're over there nodding your head. In any football team, you have all these very specific positions that you work. Okay, you're the second string. We have the second string holder tonight. You think about that. I mean, on one of the, when they were having trouble with
Quentin Pisano had to run in.
Yeah, had to come in. So these guys that so many times, when you're coaching, you always got to tell that second string guy, you got to prepare like you're the next guy because
you're one play away.
Yeah, you never know. And all those guys just stepping in, because if one of those guys steps in and fails at their one unique spot in that game, in a one-score game against that good of a team, that's the difference in the ball game.
That's it.
I will say this against your logic. I was never one play away.
Well, I mean, you have to be on the team, my man.
They have to let you on the field.
Correct. I mean, when they said no to you at pad checkout, that kind of sealed your fate.
Yeah, it was a tough go for me. And they you can't even hold the water. I mean, that's oh my goodness, what a complete team win tonight. Good stuff, and everybody will sleep a little bit better tonight. That's for sure.
Yep, and I'm just waiting. I keep hitting refresh on the Acacia website to double check the final standings in the West. But just from early returns, I'm going to tell you what, Andover Central and Wellington being on the opposite side of the bracket, and I even think Capon might be on the opposite side of the bracket. Nothing against the other teams that will be on our side, but I like.
We'd rather play what we know than play what we don't know.
Bingo. And
we know Wamego.
Yes.
We know Mulvane.
Yep.
We'll be happy to take our chances there.
And our guys want another shot at Wamego.
No
guarantee
doubt.
you. All right, we'll take a timeout. We'll get to our player of the game, and Andrew will have final stats coming up. After this, Crusader football on HKFM.
Coming up, more of the Crusader Locker Room Show is next. Stay tuned as we name tonight's play and player of the game. The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM.
I'm Jared. Since 1948, we at Krupp Lumber in Heston have been helping customers all over the state choose the perfect lumber, right tools for the job, and provide quality products to make their homes stand the test of time. Krupp Lumber has all the best brands like Milwaukee Tools and outdoor power equipment, Marvin and Anderson windows, and R.D. Henry cabinets. Ask about our in-state delivery. Check us out at krupplumber.com. Krupp Lumber. Service is our specialty.
The Bradbury Company, headquartered in Mound Ridge, is a family-owned custom equipment builder, now hiring qualified candidates for manufacturing roles. Apply online at bradburygroup.com/careers. The Bradbury Company, we build machines, we sell solutions.
If you're looking for a late starting college class, Hutchinson Community College may have what you need. It's not too late to get enrolled. We have classes starting throughout the semester. Call 620-665-3535 or email myfuture@hutchcc.edu today.
1 in 8 children live in households with at least one parent who has a substance use disorder. 1 in 10 children live in a household with at least one parent who has an alcohol use disorder. Rise Up Reno Prevention Network has programs in place to help kids build resilience. You can help too. Become a mentor in our Reno County schools, join our Rise Up Reno Coalition, or become a volunteer. Our kids are the most valuable asset we have. You can make a difference. Visit riseupreno.org to find out more. Rise Up Reno.
If you have not considered Wade Patton Insurance for your homeowner's insurance, you should call on us. Hello, this is Brad Patton here to remind you that we have the independent advantage to find coverage for your home. Buying insurance doesn't have to be an expensive burden, and we will shop our carriers for you and simplify the placement of coverage. We will tailor a policy to your individual needs, take the time to educate you on your coverage, and be sure you're protecting your biggest investment. Stop in our office on the corner of 6th and Main or find us on the web at wadepattoninsurance.com.
Crusader football on HKFM.
We usually should talk more about this, who we want to be our WIFCO Steel Products Man of Steel tonight. I'm going to give you mine. You can give me yours, and then we can rock, paper, scissors. How's that? I'm going to go with Will Heyman.
Yes, he made plays both sides of the ball. I mean, 2 turnovers in a 3-turnover game. That's a pretty dang big deal, and having to step in and play, offense as well. That I would say him, and then probably a good kind of 1B. Jacob Miller had the 2 big catches,
huge catches,
and just Yeah, but both. I mean, lots of people that had fantastic evenings.
Will came in 4th all-time in the school history in tackles tonight. He'll move up as he gets to play some more. I think Jet Burkhardt is the next guy for him to catch in that. And
that's a name. Jet Burkhardt was one of those kids.
He's a dude.
He made plays. He played. I still remember after his final game, going up to his parents, just talking to him about how, that kid just played sideline to sideline so well. The thing I'm going to give Will Haynen the credit for, he's that kid that just, when big plays happen, he seems to always be involved with it. And that's a testament to just the athleticism and the heart that he has, and a guy that he doesn't take plays off.
Great motor. Really, all three of our starting linebackers are that way. They've been so fun to watch this year. So Will Haynen, our Wifco Store Products Man of Steel tonight, and his grandma, Will Haynen's grandma, brought us treats.
Ah.
I think that sealed
some
the deal.
payola. We can be bought. That's what Aaron's saying.
Yes, we can. For the right amount of food, we will name anybody the player of the game. Wifco Steel Products, the expert in steel fabrication. Our coverage of Crusader football tonight brought to you in part by Scrap Management of Hutchinson, by Ray & Sons Roofing, by Alpha Land Surveys, by Back Shears, and by the Medicine Shop. Chris, you want to go ahead and just start running through some of our do you have some of our scores
I
in
get
front
some
of you?
scores, and before we do that, kind of a neat moment taking place at the south end zone. Everybody's left, but the senior boys are down there getting a picture in front of the scoreboard, and that'll be one of those mementos as an old player and coach. Anytime you have a big enough game that you can take a picture by a happy scoreboard at the end, those are things that you'll cherish forever, and kind of a fun moment. But, I'll get into first some of the scores from across the Ad Astra Sports Network, because those are the ones that we have for sure. So tonight out on KGBK 98.9, in the Battle of Stafford County, St. John rallies to defeat Maxville 30-28. That was a game that was going to have playoff implications out in the 8-man district for who was the 3 and who was the 4. A final just came across from Kansas Rocks 100.3 KNZS. Sterling blows out Trinity Catholic 41-18. That's another one of those games that if Trinity Catholic had won, I think they would have been district runner-up, but with the loss drops down significantly. Elsewhere across the Ad Astra Sports Network, Marion defeating Valley Heights tonight 46-26. Medicine Lodge defeating Ellenwood 42-22. In the Battle of Southern McPherson County, the Dridgers get the win tonight over the Teutons 13-8. So Mound Ridge with the big win in HOA action. Other scores from, we mentioned it earlier, Wamego blowing out Abilene tonight 41-6. In Reno and Kingman County action, Haven having one heck of a season this year as they defeat the Kingman Eagles 39-6. And those are just some of the games that we had across the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Well, still some key scores to find. Wichita Capon was hosting Heights in their final game, and that will really, once we get that score, and then that kind of makes some other things fall into place. Still also looking for Augusta Circle and Independence Rose Hill. Those are kind of the three that
I can give you some other Central Kansas scores while we're waiting.
Yes,
Little River 45, Solomon tonight 56-0 in Wheat State action. Andale, Heston had a pretty good season going, and Andale just whips the Swathers tonight 60-14. So a big win there for the Andale Indians just down the road. Let's see other scores from our part of the world. Derby blows out Bishop Carroll 51-7. El Saline whips up on Central Plains tonight 58-12 in 8-man action, and still trying to get in some AVCTL action. Last score we had was Salina Central blowing out Goddard 39-18, and Smoky Valley falls tonight to Hillsboro 21-16 in the Battle of the Trojans and the Vikings. And those are the scores that we've got final from our part of the world. Out west, Liberal defeating Hayes tonight 20-19. And, we'll keep trying to track down these scores in the 4A West.
Yeah, some others. 4A Eudora beats Paola tonight, 42-21. Hoisington 52, Cimarron 19. We do have a final now. Rose Hill in 4A. Rose Hill beats Independence 55-30. Cheney over Pratt 28-26, the defending champions in 3A. Mays beats Salina South 57-0. I apologize if any of these are repeats. Winfield 42, Mulvane 21. Arc City blanks Newton tonight 26-0. Marion beat Valley Heights 46-26. Humboldt blanks Central Heights 40-0. Andover Central 31. Andover 13. Southeast to Saline beat Ellsworth 44-8. El Saline over Central Plains in 8-man, 58-12. El Saline wins the district title. Central Plains will be second out of that district. Wamego 41, Abilene 6. Garden Plain beats Clearwater tonight 35-7. Haven over Kingman 39-6. Andale beat Heston 60-14. Those are the other scores that I have.
Okay, and I keep on hitting refresh on the Acacia website.
No final yet. The two that we're kind of looking for again, Capon Heights and Augusta Circle are the two that we're looking for. All right, we'll take a timeout, come back, and get final stats and wrap up our broadcast right after this. Crusader football from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Your home for the Buhler Crusaders is 95.9 HKFM. Stream Crusader football on your phone or tablet with the Ad Astra radio app. 95.9 HKFM. The Buhler Crusaders play here.
Are you done with punching the clock or constant work travel? Do you have 15 or more acres? Find freedom by joining America's #1 free-range egg brand, Happy Egg. Happy Egg is looking for growers to raise happy hens. Happy Egg offers startup and new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Work from home. Work for yourself. Feed America. Visit happyeggfarms.com today for more information. Happy Egg is a proud supporter of Reno County Athletics.
Your public tax dollars belong in public schools. Hi, I'm Lynette Krieger-Zook, and I'm running for House District 104 to be a voice for our students in Topeka and to make sure our public schools are fully funded.
Paid for by Lynette for Kansas, Samantha Neal, Treasurer.
October 25th through the 27th. The usual laughter of children and rustle of leaves at your hometown Hutchinson Zoo is replaced by ghostly whispers and the haunting echoes of forgotten creatures as you enter the haunted zoo experience and little train of horrors, presented in collaboration with the Hutchinson High School Thespian Club. For more info and to get tickets in advance, head to hutchinsonzoo.org.
Looking for something to do? Check out the Hutchinson Zoo.
Hutch Rec is your community recreation provider. We're passionate in bringing healthy living opportunities through our youth and adult sports, wellness and fitness classes, and several of our community events and races. We're also your community spirit provider, offering endless recreational opportunities at Dillon Nature Center, Senior Center at Elmdale Park, the Sports Arena, plus Hutch Rec downtown. See all of the community spirit and healthy living opportunities Hutch Rec provides your community at hutchrec.com and on our Hutch Rec Facebook page.
Crusader football on HKFM.
And back here one final time for the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. Crusader football brought to you in part by Hutchinson Regional Medical Center, by Red Rock Auto Center, Schmidt Electric, by Erickson Custom Building, and by Hutchinson Family Dental. Time to get some final stats with our statistician. He's got his pencil, and looks like the mad professor over there. Andrew, what you got, buddy?
Man, 28-21, Buhler with the victory tonight over McPherson for the season. Regular season finale feels so good. How about this one for your stat of the game, team-wise? Turnovers, McPherson 3, Buhler 0. And that is...
Yes. Huge.
That is huge. So first downs, McPherson with 8, Buhler with 17. And let's see, third downs, McPherson 2 for 7, Buhler 8 for 15. McPherson 0 for 2 on fourth downs. Buhler 2 for 2. Penalties. McPherson had 3 for 25 yards. Buhler had 3 for 40. And then that stat, turnovers, McPherson 3, Buhler 0. And rushing yards for McPherson, just 46 on 12 carries. Their leading rusher was Catch Delaney, who had 5 carries for 39 yards and a touchdown. And then the Crusaders, 51 rushes for 159 yards. Brendan Skripczyk, 9 for 12. Dylan Skripczyk, 13 for 47, all in the second half. Mitchell McDaniel, who got banged up, 17 carries for 53 yards and a touchdown. Max Harmony, 4 carries for 32 in his return. Nick Gazaway, 7 rushes for 18 yards and a touchdown. And then McPherson through the air. Carter Allen, 10 for 19 for 164 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Austin Malm, 5 catches for 95 yards. Bishop Brown, 4 catches for 50 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then number 38, Catch Delaney, had 1 reception for 19 yards. The Crusaders, Brendan Skripczyk was 9 for 15, 219 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. That was 24.3 yards per completion for Brendan Skripczyk. A little bit of that is thanks to Jacob Miller, who had 2 catches for 95 yards and a 45-yard touchdown. Quentin Pisano had 3 catches for 54 yards and a touchdown. Cash Carson, 2 catches for 41 yards and a huge block on Jacob's 45-yard touchdown in the second half. Mitchell McDaniel, 1 catch for 21 yards, and Jared Miller, 1 catch for 18. Defensively for the Crusaders, Brady Gotti had 3 tackles. Mitchell McDaniel had 2 tackles, a pass breakup, and that huge interception on the first offensive play of the game for McPherson. Quentin Pisano added 4 tackles and a pass breakup. Cruz Hirschberger, 3 tackles, including 2 for a loss. Jeremy Gentry, 3 tackles and a pass breakup. Cash Carson, 3 tackles, a pass breakup, 2 quarterback hurries. Nick Gazaway added 4 tackles. Jared Miller, 3 tackles and 2 pass breakups. And then Will Hainan, the man of the hour, had 7 tackles, 2 for a loss, 1 pass breakup, 1 interception, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery on that final offensive snap for McPherson to seal the game. Also, Will Hainan, as you mentioned earlier, had to come in on the offensive line for the Crusaders. I wanted to add one more thing. Total yards today, McPherson 210, Buhler 378. But what I wanted to mention on that, Buhler's 378 came on 66 offensive snaps. McPherson's 210 came on just 31 offensive snaps. So Buhler controlling time of possession and controlled the number of offensive plays they ran. And that helped lead to the 28-21 victory for the Crusaders on senior night, along with those 3 turnovers from McPherson and 0 from Buhler.
How many rush yards did McPherson have tonight, buddy?
46.
Okay, so still on track for the fewest rushing yards allowed in a season in school history.
Yeah, and they
on track tonight.
I mean, you've faced some 200-pound backs too, and we're still able to force teams into trying to throw.
We do have a final. Capon beats Heights tonight, 56-0. So Capon will finish 6-2. And they should be the number 6 seed, I do believe.
Did you say that we're going to slide up to the number 4 spot, most likely? Is that what I heard?
Yes, should. So Capon is the 6, And that should give Winfield the 7. So things starting to come into play. Still don't know who we play. We should be the 4 seed. Now, these predictions, none of them are final until Keisha releases the bracket tomorrow. So please don't see, well, that guy on the radio said. But my thinking is we will be the 4. Don't know yet who we'll be home against. I think in the West it'll be Wamego 1. And then Andover Central 2. Wellington 3. Buhler 4. Mulvane 5. Capon 6. Winfield 7. And then McPherson 8. And those will be the 8 teams that will host a playoff game in the West next Friday.
What was Mulvane? What did they do tonight?
They got blown out by Winfield.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was just thinking, we may be.
There's the updated sheet if you want it.
We may be a delay of game away.
That's my prediction. Capon won tonight. So
we may be a delay of game on 3rd and 1 away from being that 1 seed. I don't want to dwell on that. But
hey, we'll just take it and we're moving on.
Yeah.
Good job, man.
Hope we get another shot at them.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see you next Friday night. Don't forget to join us Monday for our Crusader Coaches Show live from Taco John's in Hutchinson, 6:30 with Coach Warner. And next Friday night, the playoffs begin here, 7 o'clock at Crusader Stadium. We'll be on the air at 6:30 with our Midway Motors drive to the game. Thanks to my crew, Matt Atherton, Chris Shank, our statistician Andrew Epp, and Mitchell Bruce, our cameraman tonight. Appreciate him as well. All of you have a great weekend. You've been listening to